final stage of Spartan Sasuke stands in between Patrol and Flame and Total Victory. He's up! Patrol Fan 4 is on the cubicle climb. He's onto the 4th cube and he's starting to slow down going into the 6th cube. And he's into the Salmon ladder. Does not pull a Jumpy. And he's starting to pick up the pace here on the Salmon ladder. Oh, he slips going into the 6th ledge, but he's able to save himself. But he does not find the 5th one, and he's not able to save it this time. He's off. Flamosaurus is attacking the final stage. He's nearing the top of the cubicle climb, and he shows up short of the 6th cube. Flame is already out. Hello everyone, and welcome to Tournament 21 of Spartan Sasuke. I am your host, RPG445, and today we got an exciting tournament in store for you. 100 Spartans from all across the world have gathered here at Mount Midoriyama to take on the 4-stage obstacle course once again. In the 550 attempts that followed Smoky Massacre's second total victory in Tournament 13, nobody has been able to achieve total victory. That's the same amount of attempts it took to get to that point in Spartan Sasuke's history. Our Spartans are hungry for success, but the road to total victory is never an easy one. Do any of them have what it takes to reign supreme at the top of the tower, or will they fumble once again? There's only one way to find out. It's time for the ultimate survival attack! Spartan Sasuke! The first stage of Spartan Sasuke 21, 100 competitors are ready to take it on. How will they do? We're about to find out as our first competitor gets ready to go. We have the newcomer, Hi, I'm Galactic. Hi Galactic, I'm RPG, welcome to Spartan Sasuke. Alright, terrible puns aside, he's ready to take on the first stage. He'll have 77 seconds for 7 obstacles, and it all begins with the diving planks. He has to hop across the planks. Galactic is across and now must face a new obstacle, the X Bridge. He tries to get into the X, but he overshoots the first one, and Galactic out on the second obstacle. Alright, next up we have Mumbles Fodderty making his 12th appearance. He missed the last tournament, but he's back for Tournament 21, and his 77 seconds is off. Mumbles, he hops across the diving planks. He comes up short of the dismount! Aoki! He's out on the first obstacle again. And we got quite an intro here for our next competitor. It's Foamy making his second appearance. He made his debut in the last tournament where he failed the rolling hurdle. Let's see if he can get back there and hopefully get some revenge. Foamy goes across the diving planks. Will he be able to get the dismount here? Yes, he can. Now for the new obstacle, the X Bridge. He gets into the first X as he's hopping across the rest of them. There are 4 of them, and Foamy has crossed the new obstacle. And now for the rolling hurdle, where he failed in the last tournament. It has been modified. The track is only 10 degrees as opposed to 12.5. Foamy, he misses it. He lost balance as he neared the end of the track. That is unfortunate. Next up, we have Caden Bogard, formerly known as Glitch G Sucks. Caden is off for his 77 seconds. He also failed the rolling hurdle in the last tournament. Let's see if Caden can get back there, much like Foamy. But he's got to get through this X Bridge first. He's doing pretty well as he gets through the obstacle. Caden onto the rolling hurdle. Can he get the jump? Over this hurdle! Oh no, he cannot! He had too much momentum for the jump and he jumped too far. Next up, we have the newcomer, Yeti Toast. Let's see if he can do well here in Spartan Sasuke or if he'll drown and become Soggy Toast. It's never good toast. But let's see how Yeti Toast does. And he's gonna overshoot the 4th plank, and he is gonna take a swim. And that leads into our first fast forward. Eating Cola failed the first jump of the stage. That was followed by Memories going out on the X bridge. And then Volneo also going out on the first jump, as well as the Potato Masher. And that concludes with V Raichu, who competed before. He went out on the X bridge, coming up short of that 3rd X. That is 10 competitors down. Next up, we have Cursed. He competed in Tournament 19 as HBL Cursed, but he missed the last tournament. So let's see how he does here in Tournament 21. Cursed. Ooh, almost got close to touching the supports. That would be out of bounds if he did. And he's gonna come up short of the dismount. He did not get a sprint. He got a sprint for that. Next up, Robotic Pie, who competed in the last tournament. Nobody has made it past the rolling hurdle yet. Let's see if Robotic Pie can be the first. 77 seconds, and the timer has started. Robotic crossing the diving planks, and he's going to make it through onto the X bridge. Goes into the 3rd X, into the 4th, and Robotic is through. Can he figure out the rolling hurdle? He's at the front of the ball, rolling it down the track. He's gonna jump over. Nice control from Robotic. He's the first to advance to the Jumping Spider this tournament. He goes for it, goes for the jump, and Robotic is too early with his jump. Robotic cannot make it through the Jumping Spider. And that leads into Coyote Fox, also making his 2nd appearance. A lot of people making their 2nd appearances early on in the run order. But Coyote Fox is off on the diving planks. And he's going to complete the obstacle. Oh, but he overshoots the first X of the X bridge. That was terrible. Had way too much momentum there. And that leads into our next fast forward. JP Gamer tries to cheat his way across the diving planks, followed by Iker Gomez going out on the X bridge. Red Nexter failed the first jump on the diving planks. Rev JVK cannot mount into the first X of the X bridge. Stanu 21 does the same. And finally, Alexis gets 1X further. And that leads us on to competitor number 20. This is Emerald Dragon, who is the only member of the Quad Squad competing this tournament, as the other 3 have ran out of Xbox Gold, which is kind of unfortunate. But right now, Emerald Dragon is in the X bridge. Goes into the 3rd X, the 4th, and nicely through. And onto the rolling hurdle. Will he be able to get past it, much like Robotic earlier? Nice control, good jump, and he's going to move on to the Jumping Spider. Can he figure this obstacle out? No, he can't. He got closer than Robotic, but it was not quite enough to complete the obstacle. And now we have Pothole Soup. And apologies for mispronouncing your gamer tag last tournament. He wore number 69 last tournament, but now he's back in Tournament 21 as number 21. Okay, that was a lot of lag there. Ooh, he's still lagging going into the X bridge, and he's gonna come up short of the 3rd X. That was pretty unfortunate. Next up, we have his friend Sheldon Blackburn. Hopefully he can do better than his friend. Let's see how Sheldon does. 77 seconds for 7 obstacles. The timer has started. Going to the left side of the diving planks. Sheldon's gonna get through the first obstacle, waving to the crowd as he prepares to enter the X bridge. And he slipped off the 2nd one. It looked like he was in good control, but it wasn't enough. And that leads us on to Local Fluff Bun, who went out on the X bridge, followed by Corruption, who nearly defeated it, but came up short of the dismount. Antic Vade failed the first jump on the diving planks, and finally Concern with the Achilles armor going out on the X bridge. And now we have Lord of Ooh making his third appearance on the course. He missed the last tournament, but now returns for Tournament 21. He failed the Jumping Spider back in Tournament 19, and he was one of the original 23 to compete all the way back in Tournament 1. But now, he's on the Edge Bridge. We've seen a lot of failures on this new obstacle, but it's not going to take out Lord of Ooh as he advances to the Rolling Hurdle. Lord of Ooh hanging on to the ball, almost jumps too late, but he's through the Rolling Hurdle. Can he get through the Jumping Spider? No one's beaten it yet. Can Lord of Ooh be the first this tournament? And he's gonna stick the landing into the first ledge, but he's still got a long way to go before he completes this obstacle. This is a big jump right here to this fourth ledge. It's a tough one, and he comes up short. Lord of Ooh cannot make it, and he's out on the Jumping Spider for his second time. Every tournament he's competed in, he's always failed the fourth obstacle. Let's see how Sunnyside Splash does. He competed last tournament and got all the way to the sixth obstacle, the Mix and Match. The Mix and Match is no longer here in Tournament 21. That has been replaced with a new obstacle, which we'll get to if he makes it that far. But right now, bit of lag on the X Bridge. He's got to get through this obstacle, and he's gonna do that. Still a bit laggy going into the Rolling Hurdle, but he's hanging on pretty nicely despite that. And now advances to the Jumping Spider. No one's completed it yet. He's also gonna get into the spider like Ooh, but can he get this fourth ledge? Yes, he can! Sunnyside is through the Jumping Spider, and he'll be the first to attempt the Captain Swing this tournament. We haven't seen it since Tournament 17, and now it has a pallet going into the first swing. A bit of a drop going into the second swing. And Sunnyside is through the Captain Swing, and he'll be the first to attempt the new pit stop. You can land on either the cones or the tires. Gets a good safe jump on that third tire. And Sunny is through the new obstacle, and now the final obstacle, the warped wall, up it in one, and Sunnyside Splash clears with 7.6 seconds left on the clock. The first clear of Tournament 21 at number 28 in the run order. Well done, Sunny. He was the first to get through the Jumping Spider this tournament. He hasn't seen anyone do anything past that. The Captain Swing, the pit stop, both unfamiliar for him, but he was able to prevail and get his first clear on stage 1. Well done to Sunny. And now we have another cool looking intro for our next competitor. We got a lot of people up there cheering on El Booker Taco. We have Petrillo, Foamy, and Tricky all up there wishing Booker good luck on his second appearance. Booker failed the Kudari Swing Bridge last tournament, which was the fifth obstacle, but now it has been replaced with the Captain Swing, which is arguably a much tougher obstacle than the Kudari Swing Bridge was. But let's see if he can get back there first. He's got a long way to go. He's got to handle this X Bridge first, which he handles nicely. Onto the Rolling Hurdle. He's had no troubles with this in the last tournament. Hopefully he can get through it again. And he's going to do that. El Booker Taco onto the Jumping Spider. Booker is into the second ledge, into the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. And that's 2 in a row past the Jumping Spider and into the Captain Swing, but Booker comes up short. He did not have enough momentum going into the first swing. And now we have number 30, Cobra, who failed the Jumping Spider in the last tournament. This guy's done pretty well outside of Spartan Sasuke. He's been making it to a few stage 3s recently, but now he's going to be looking to get his first clear on Spartan Sasuke. Cobra, he's got a lot of potential. Let's see if he can follow up on it in this tournament as he advances to our new obstacle, the X Bridge, as he goes into the third X and the fourth, and he's across. Cobra onto the Rolling Hurdle. He beat this in the last tournament. Hopefully he can do it again. Cobra is over the hurdle nicely. And now for the Jumping Spider where he failed last time. Time for him to get some revenge as he looks into the fourth ledge. He's going quickly through the jumping spider, and he's already on the captain swing with a nice mount into the first swing. Cobra into the second swing nicely. And he's gonna make the big dismount down. And now for the new pit stop. He's going quickly using those cones. The cones are recommended to get through the obstacle more quickly. And Cobra is on the warp wall, up it and one in a very fast time. 13.8 seconds. Cobra has demolished stage 1, and he'll be moving on to stage 2 for his first time on Spartan Sasuke. Well done, Cobra. He got his revenge on the jumping spider where he failed in the last tournament. And just like that, he'll be joining Sunnyside Splash on stage 2. Well done, Cobra. Can't wait to see what you have coming up. And that leads into our next fast forward. Laying Hate failed the diving planks, as well as our Change Moon 26, followed by Technology, who went out on the X Bridge. Wooly or Wally, I don't know, but he kind of wallied down into the water of the diving planks. Reborn Brian came up short of the second X of the X Bridge. Jerome 58 Shy fails the first jump of the stage. And finally, Takato overshoots the first X. And that brings us on to number 38. We have Spartan Walnut 71. This guy came close to clearing stage 1 last time, going out on the mix and match. But he wasn't able to quite make it, and now he's going to be looking to get his first clear on Spartan Sasuke. Spartan Walnut, he wore number 1 back in his debut in Tournament 14, which was the first tournament after Smokey's second total victory. Right now, Walnut advances to the rolling hurdle as he looks to jump over this hurdle. Walnut! No! Walnut had too much momentum there, and he was not able to make it. And an early exit for him. Now for the newcomer, Starlight 24-25. Starlight on his debut, 77 seconds. As he enters the diving planks, looks into the third plank, the fourth plank, but oh, he's gonna come up short of the dismount. Did not have enough momentum. It looked close, but it just wasn't enough. And now on to number 40, we have Noodle Wares, our first veteran in the run order this tournament. He made it all the way to stage 3 back in tournament 19, but in the last tournament he failed a jumping spider. So let's see if he can get revenge here on the first stage of tournament 21, and hopefully get back to stage 2, and hopefully even stage 3 afterwards. Right now, Noodles handling the X Bridge very nicely as he goes into the rolling hurdle. We just saw Spartan Walnut go out here. Hopefully that won't put pressure on him as he jumps over the hurdle. And it's not. Noodle Wares. He's into the jumping spider. Noodles. No! Noodles is going to come up short of the first ledge. And another unfortunate jumping spider fail for him. And that leads on to EXL Plasma and Midline both going out on the X Bridge. Cardi Whites failed the diving planks. HKRD, rocking the Achilles armor, fails the first jump. One Pyromaniac 1 out on the X Bridge. And then Daffir Stew fails the diving planks. And that leads us on to Spiny 37, making his 14th appearance on the course, but has never cleared the first stage. He'd love to find some success here on Spartan Sasuke, so let's see if he can do it here on appearance number 14. Right now, Spiny has defeated the first obstacle as he looks into the X Bridge. Going through the 4X nicely, Spiny onto the rolling hurdle. And he's rolling the ball down the track. Can he get over the hurdle? Spiny, yes he can. He's onto the jumping spider where we just saw Noodle Wares go out. And Spiny is going to mount into the jumping spider, putting on a pretty decent run so far as he looks to complete this obstacle. which he does. He's onto the captain swing. Spiny gets into the first swing nicely. Looks for the second swing. No, he comes up short. He should have waited a little longer for that first swing to reach the end of its apex, but it just wasn't enough. And now we have Demigods on his 8th appearance, who does a lot of Halo basketball, regularly hangs out with us. Demigods, he'll have 77 seconds. He hasn't particularly gotten that far on the course, but he always comes to show his support. And Demi is gonna look to get through the X bridge. Goes into the second X, into the third, the fourth. Demigods nicely through and onto the rolling hurdle. Good. Oh, hanging on the front of that ball. He's able to recover though. Oh, but no, he touches the hurdle. That is a disqualification. You cannot touch the hurdle. And he is out. And he knows it. Well, he's guilty. And now we have a Vows the Samurai getting good looks from Swantron97. A Vows on his 3rd appearance. He went out on the mix and match in the last tournament. Nearly defeated the first stage. But let's see if he can make it 3rd times the charm of Vows. Looking into the X bridge. As he's getting close to the end of the obstacle of Vows. Doing well here on the X bridge. Going into the rolling hurdle. Rolling the ball down the track. Jumps over the hurdle and makes it across. As he takes his time lining up for the jumping spider. Vows is in the first ledge. Looking into the 3rd ledge. Tough jump to the 4th ledge. And the 5th. And Vows is onto the captain swing. This obstacle is unfamiliar to him. But let's see if he can get through it. He gets into the first swing nicely. But can he get through into the second swing? It's almost too early. But he just hangs on to the second swing. Nicely done by Vows, but he's only down to 20 seconds. If he wants to clear, he's going to have to pick it up here on the pit stop. He's going rather slow using the tires instead of the cones. Alright, he's on the cones now, but gets a good safe jump as he's down to less than 10 seconds. Vows needs to get up the warp wall. No, he's not! Vows, come on! Go! Vows, it's gonna be close! Vows, yes! He barely scrapes by the first stage with only 0.2 of a second left on the clock. Vows, by the skin of his teeth, is moving on to the second stage. Well done. Vows, he was a little slow on the pit stop, had a few close calls on it, and he had to take 2 attempts on the warp ball, but it was just enough to move on to the second stage for his first time. Well done, Vows. That is 3 people onto the second stage, and now we have Snoz at the halfway mark of the first stage this tournament. Snoz making his 19th appearance here on Spartan Sasuke. Snoz really wants to clear again. He hasn't cleared stage 1 since tournament 3. He's put in a lot of practice for this tournament, arguably more so than any other tournament before. Snoz really wants to do well here in this tournament. And this tournament, we'll see if he can get back to stage 2. Right now, Snoz on the rolling hurdle. He was pretty worried about this obstacle. Little out of control, but Snoz gets a good jump over the hurdle. And now for the Jumpy Spider. This is where he failed in the last tournament. He failed dismounting the obstacle. Snoz gets into the Jumping Spider nicely. He's getting closer to the jump he failed last tournament, but not today. Snoz onto the captain swing. Nicely into the first swing. Can he get into the second swing? No, he can't. Snoz comes up short of the second swing. It looked like he may have hesitated a little. Let's take a look at the replay here. Snoz gets a good jump into the first swing, but he did not get a good sprint going into the second swing. He just didn't have enough momentum. And now we are halfway through the first stage. 3 people have been able to clear in the first half. Let's see how the second half does. Beginning with Blazia Hayes. Blaze competed 13 times before In Tournament 19, he cleared Stage 1 for his first and so far only time. Last tournament, he had a bit of an unfortunate failure on the rolling hurdle, only the third obstacle. So let's see if he can get his revenge here on Stage 1. Right now, Blaze, the man formerly known as Ninja Warrior 718, is back on the rolling hurdle where he failed last tournament. Can he get his revenge on this obstacle? Blaze jumps over and across. Nicely done. And onto the Jumping Spider. He's beaten this many times before. Can he do it again? He's into the second ledge, into the third, fourth, looking into the fifth. And he's through. Blazia Hayes into the Captain Swing. Blaze comes up short. He jumped too far on the pallet and it did not give him the tilt he needed. And that leads us on to Newcomer. Fix the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's been waiting a long time to compete on Spartan Sasuke. He's a big fan of the show, but now he's finally getting his chance to compete. Fix the Wi-Fi on the diving planks as he completes the first obstacle. Onto the X bridge. No, he comes up short of the first X, and he's out on just the second obstacle. And that leads us on to Marcus, who failed the diving planks, as well as Max Tupan did not get a good jump there. TG Brandom stacking up the diving planks fails. Edward Caves fails the X bridge, and then Chunkers with arguably the worst attempt at the diving planks I've ever seen. That was very pathetic. But now we have Red Warrior making his debut here on Spartan Sasuke in Tournament 21. Let's see how he does. Red Warrior, 77 seconds, gets a low jump, and that's gonna mess him up going into the second plank. Red Warrior out in the first obstacle, but how will his friend Blue Warrior do? Totally not related, but they are good friends. Let's see how Blue Warrior does. Can he get further than Red Warrior? Oh, he got further, but not in the way that he would have hoped. And now we're on to the host of Ninja Warrior of Roblox. This is Bubba Ace, making his 13th appearance on Spartan Sasuke. He made his debut back in Tournament 9. His personal best came in Tournament 19, where he failed the mix and match. Right now, Bubba's looking to make it lucky number 13 here on Stage 1 as he looks to clear it for his first ever time. It'd be really nice to see Bubba get to the second stage. He has cleared first stages before on Halo 5, namely on Irish Warrior, but right now Bubba looking to pick up his first on Spartan Sasuke as he's on the rolling hurdle trying to control this ball. Bubba gets over the hurdle. Nice control there. Now for the Jumping Spider. Takes his time lining up. Bubba, he's into the first ledge nicely as he looks into the second ledge. Gets the good jump. Into the third ledge, taking his time. Might want to pick up the pace here. But, oh no, Bubba! He comes up short of the fourth ledge and he touched the window there. So even if he did save himself, it would have been a disqualification. And then Ozymandia fails the diving planks as well as Mad Monkey, followed by Chanilla, who failed the X bridge, as well as Rojas coming up short of the second X. Nova ODT got all the way to the rolling hurdle but lost control of the ball. Treadnox failed the diving planks, and finally Knuckles failed the X bridge.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. On to number 68, we have Cyber G-Force, a newcomer. Let's see how he does. Cyber G-Force will have 77 seconds. And he's off on the first stage on his inaugural appearance. Cyber, he's through the first obstacle nicely, looking into the X bridge. Into the second X. Oh, he got a bad jump off the second X, and he's going to come up short of the third one. And that leads us on to our next competitor, number 69. I'm not even going to say this guy's gamer tag. I'm not gonna give him the pleasure. Now, originally, Daddy Cheese was gonna have this number, but unfortunately, he did not compete this tournament. So we're gonna have to settle with this clown instead. And yeah. Next! Alright, next up we have a veteran. This is Wolf Ninja 1225, also making his 13th appearance. He hasn't cleared stage 1 since tournament 18. Looking to get some revenge here on the first stage. He failed the swing bridge previously. Now can Wolf get back to stage 2 for his 4th time? Wolf Ninja through the diving planks and onto the edge bridge. Going through this new obstacle pretty nicely. Wolf Ninja is moving on to the rolling hurdle. Gets onto the ball as he rolls it down the track. Can he jump over the hurdle nicely? Yes, he can. Wolf Ninja into the jumping spider. Wolf is going to get into the first ledge. Second, third. Oh no! Wolf, he comes up short of the third ledge. Arguably one of the easier jumps on the obstacle, but he just couldn't make it. And on to yet another fast forward. Conceals fails the X bridge, followed by Crimson Bolt. Not to be confused with Crimson Gulch, who did not compete this tournament. Ultiman 35 out on the diving planks. Tall Dry Learner 11 also goes out on the diving planks, as well as Snappish Gun. And finally, Polo Vivi with a nice Final Fantasy IX reference. And on to number 77, we have Volcanic Crowd 5 on the 3rd appearance on Spartan Sasuke, looking to make it 3rd time's the charm here in tournament number 21. Let's see how Volcanic does. 77 seconds. And he's off on the diving planks. Volcanic has cleared on Smoky Massacre's course before. He'd love to clear here on Spartan Sasuke. He's gotten close before, but let's see if he can pull it off here in this tournament. Right now, Volcanic must navigate the rolling hurdle. Alright, he's a little out of control, but oh, barely catches onto it. That was a close call, but he does move on to the jumping spider. Volcanic gets into the first ledge nicely. We just saw Wolf Ninja go out here. Can Volcanic prevail? Gets into the 5th ledge nicely. And now for the Captain Swing, an obstacle he is not familiar with. He gets, oh no, he walks off the first swing of the Captain Swing. Yeah, if you move around while it's swinging, you do have a bigger chance of falling off the swing. And he tried to correct himself here. And, no, it looks like he just moved right as he began the fall. And that leads us on to veteran Z-Master, making his 5th appearance. He cleared stage 1 back in tournament 19, but last tournament failed the jumping spider. Now looking to pick up clear number 2 here on Spartan Sasuke. One of the most active members in the community since his debut. He has done jumping before back on MCC and Halo 4, but it wasn't until around 3 years ago when he started becoming active in jumping again. Right now, Z on his 5th appearance, moving on to the rolling hurdle. Who almost comes up short of the ball, but he's able to navigate the rest of it nicely. Right now, Z onto the jumping spider where he failed last tournament. He's into the first ledge, looking into the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, and he's through the jumping spider. Right now, Z-Master looking into the Captain Swing, and no, Z does not get a good jump into the first swing. Comes up short of it. And on to another British competitor. We have Soul Reaper 1025 also making his 5th appearance. And there's Hunter Unit 751 wishing him good luck. Soul nearly beat stage 1 in the last tournament, but ran out of time on the warped wall. Let's see if he can recover from that fail and pick up his first clear on his 5th appearance on the course. Soul has not had too much success on Halo 5. He has come close to clearing on a few occasions across all the courses, but he just hasn't been able to pull off the clear. And an interesting approach here on the rolling hurdle, going for a sideways approach, and it pays off. He's into the jumping spider. Can he beat it again? Soul is into the obstacle. He has failed this before back in his debut in Tournament 16. But right now, Soul Reaper is through it and onto the captain swing. We just saw the last 2 competitors go out here. But Soul almost falls off the first swing, but able to get a good jump into the second swing. 25 seconds left as he dismounts from the obstacle. Soul, he's got a chance. He's on to the pit stop. Gets nicely into the first one, but no! Soul, he does not get a jump off the second cone of the pit stop. And that is unfortunate. And on to Gotaint, Mr. Unlucky when it comes to this course. 14 previous runs, 14 first stage failures. Last tournament was probably the most painful failure yet, as he was on the last obstacle, the warped wall, which he ran out of time. He couldn't even get up the obstacle. The warped wall, last tournament was the first time the warped wall was the last obstacle. But right now, Gotaint's looking to pick up his first clear on his 15th appearance. He has beaten the warped wall on several tournaments before. Right now, Gotaint into the X bridge, into the second, third, fourth. Gotaint's, we'd love to see him on stage 2 at long last, but he's got to get going here on the rolling hurdle. Had a little trouble getting the ball rolling. That could cost him some time here on the first stage. You cannot take anything for granted. Gotaint gets nicely into the obstacle that he failed in his debut back in Tournament 7, the Jumping Spider. Right now, Gotaint onto the captain's swing. He beat this back in Tournament 17. Can he do it again? Gets nicely into the first swing. Gotaint.
Oh, that's too far.
No, Gotaint, he misses.
That was such a good run up to that point.
It was a great run. That was honestly, for a second, I thought you might get that save jump, and that would have been the coolest save ever.
0 for 15 on the first stage. The captain swing has taken him out, and for the first time since Tournament 15, Gotaint fails before the next to last obstacle on stage 1. The captain swing, an obstacle he beat before, takes his revenge. And now, 20 competitors left to run here on the first stage as the sun begins to set. Still at 3 clears. And what the heck is going on here at the start line? We got a bit of a sort of ritual going on here at the start line for our next competitor, Super Ninja Jake 2. Super Ninja Jake made his debut in the last tournament where he was number 1 in the run order and made history as the first competitor to clear with that number. Right now, Super Ninja Jake looking to capitalize on his previous success as he's getting his final good lucks from Atlantic champ, now known as Jumpy. Right now, Super Ninja Jake 2 on his second appearance, navigating the diving planks. Ninja Jake onto the X bridge, looking into the second X, third X, fourth, and nicely through. Right now, he's onto the rolling hurdle. He had no problems with this in the last tournament. Can he get through it again? Ooh, almost comes up short. A bit of a close call there, but he does make it to the Jumping Spider. He's into it nicely, into the second ledge. Looking into the fourth now. The fifth. Super Ninja Jake 2 is onto the captain swing. We just saw Gotaint go out here, but he's able to get into the first swing. Looking into swing number 2, he's got it. Super Ninja Jake 2 is moving on to the pit stop as he's into it. 20 seconds left. He needs to get going here. He's got good momentum here on these cones. Gets a safe jump off the fourth tire. But Ninja Jake, 10 seconds left. He needs to get up the warped wall if he wants to clear, which he does. 6.4 seconds. And once again, Super Ninja Jake 2 is moving on to stage 2. A lot of 2s. And his Spartan's gonna collapse at the top of the warped wall. A little unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. He's still moving on to the second stage for his second time. Gets a nice safe jump on the fourth cone, and he'll be moving on once again. Well done, Jake. Nice run from Jade, but up next is our first All-Star of the tournament. Making his 19th appearance on Spartan Sasuke is Alpha Puma. Puma has been competing since Tournament 1, and his early success in the first 4 tournaments made him one of the original 5 All-Stars crowned in Tournament 5. Since becoming an All-Star, his results have been mixed. In his first 11 tournaments as an All-Star, he's cleared Stage 1 only 2 times, coming in Tournament 7 where he reached the 3rd stage, where he went out on the Cycle Road, and in Tournament 11 where he failed the Salmon Ladder. After failing the second obstacle in Tournament 14, some believe that he was washed up. But in Tournament 16, he finally got back on track and reached the 3rd stage. But he would miss the following 2 tournaments, but that did not faze him when he returned in Tournament 19, where he picked up right where he left off by getting to Stage 3 for his 5th time. Unfortunately, in the last tournament, he would fail Stage 1 for his 10th time, going out on the Jumpy Spider, an obstacle he's never failed before. Going into this tournament, he's been going on about how he might not be competing for much longer. This is his 19th appearance. It would be a shame if he didn't reach 20 appearances on Spartan Sasuke. But now is the time to put up a good run so that he can carry some momentum going into his 20th run later on. So let's see if Alpha Puma can get some revenge here on Stage 1. Right now, Puma on the edge bridge, a good crowd following him. Flame and other people looking on as the All-Star advances to the rolling hurdle. He beat this in the last tournament. Can Puma do it again? Yes, he does. Now for the Jumpy Spider, time for some revenge. Alpha Puma, he's gonna do his usual bumpay into it and goes quickly into the second ledge. That's what's cost him last tournament, but not today. Alpha Puma onto the Captain Swing, an obstacle he's never faced before because he did not compete in Tournament 17. It was one of the 2 tournaments he's missed. Alpha Puma nicely into the second swing as he dismounts from the obstacle. Now for the pit stop. This is unfamiliar territory for him, and he's going to stick to the tires, switches to the cones, gets a safe jump on the 4th one. Puma nicely for the pit stop. And now 11 seconds for the warp wall. Ooh, does not get up it in 1. He needs to get up it. Come on, Puma. Yes, he does. He's up it in 2. Nicely done. 3.2 seconds left for Alpha Puma as he clears Stage 1 for his 9th time. Well done, Alpha Puma. Gets his revenge on the first stage after an unfortunate fail from the last tournament. He went for the same strategy that he used in Tournament 20. The one where he came up short of the second ledge, but this time he got the jump he needed to move on to the second stage. Well done, Puma. We've seen one All-Star get their revenge. Can the next one do the same? Next up is the Spartan Sasuke legend Swantron 97. Swan began his Halo jumping career in the first Spartan Sasuke tournament, where he became the first ever clear on the first stage. As time went on, Swan's skills would continue to grow and evolve. In the first 13 tournaments, he's only failed Stage 1 once, and that was a first obstacle fail. That fail would light a fire deep in his heart as he would go on to become one of the greatest competitors in the course's history. He would go on to set the consecutive clear records on both stages 1 and 2. His first stage record of 9 in a row still holds to this day, while his second stage clear record has only just recently been tied by fellow All-Star Flamosaurus. These records would accumulate in his highest point in Tournament 13 when he reached the final stage, coming up 4 jumps short of achieving total victory. And after that, his jumping career would take a massive drop. After missing Tournament 14, he would fail Stage 1 for only his second time in the following tournament. And he wouldn't compete again until Tournament 19 when he reached the last obstacle Stage 1, but sadly clearing was once again denied. And in the last tournament, he would put on his second worst result when he failed the 4th obstacle to Jumpy Spider. It has been nearly 4 years since Swantron97 has cleared the first stage. Some believe that his best days as a jumper are behind him, and some doubt he'll ever clear again. But this is Swantron97. Whether he reaches the fusion coil at the end or falls in the water, you know he's going to put up a fight. Now on his 17th appearance, he is determined to gain back his old skills and prove that he can still be a top competitor. So let's find out if this tournament he can gain his lucky 13th clear. Swan through the diving planks. Snaz watching on in the background as he hopes to see this all-star regain his former glory. And there's Z-Master as well. Swan moves on to the rolling hurdle. This obstacle he was a little worried about in the last tournament. Gets a beautiful jump, but now he must get some revenge here on Jumpy Spider. This is where he failed last time, and he gets into the ledge this time. He's gone further than he was in the last tournament, but you know he wants to aim for the stars. Swan taking a bit of time here on Jumpy Spider. He's only got 33 seconds going into the captain swing, an obstacle he has never faced before. Having a bit of trouble getting that first swing going, but he's gonna get a nice jump into the second swing. Swan, he's down to 20 seconds left here on the pit stop. He needs to pick up the pace here on this obstacle. He's looking into the third cone. Fourth cone, he gets a safe jump off the tire, but only 10 seconds left, and he hasn't even completed the obstacle. He needs to get up the warp wall in 1. Come on, Swan! Yes! Yes, Swan! 1.8 seconds! He is back! For the first time in 4 years, Swantron97 has beaten the first stage! Yes, yes, yes! He's proven the naysayers wrong! He's gotten his long-awaited return to the second stage! Well done, Swan, becoming the 6th competitor this tournament to move on. Nicely done. And now we have another fast forward. Draco ARV fails the X bridge, followed by Webier Artist 5 going out on the diving planks. And Very Dominator, who got dominated by the X bridge. And now we have Crown Ferret 19, the host of Irish Warrior. And he's getting good locks from Snaz, Chumpy, and Hunter Unit 751. Irish hosts his own course. He recently premiered his 16th tournament on YouTube and has recently started up Tournament 17. Right now, Irish looking to clear Stage 1 for his 3rd tournament in a row. Last tournament, he failed the double compressor, and now he's looking to pick up another clear here in tournament number 21, looking to carry some of his recent success forward. Irish onto the rolling hurdle, gets a good amount into the ball, rolling it down the track nicely through, and gets a huge launch going into the Jumping Spider. Crown Ferret 19 gets the jump nicely. He's looking into the 3rd ledge. Irish into the 4th, 5th, and into the captain swing. He was worried about this obstacle. Let's see if he can get through it. Irish, he's in the first swing, looking into the 2nd swing. No! Crown Ferret 19 comes up short of the 2nd swing. No, he's out on Stage 1 for the first time since Tournament 18. He did not get a good jump going into the 2nd swing. Yeah, he just did not get a sprint going into it. Oh, what a shame. Taking out a big name competitor in Crown Ferret 19. But now we have Sane the Legend on his 11th appearance. Last tournament was a big one for Sane as he cleared Stage 1 for his first time since Tournament 3 and got pretty deep into the 2nd stage. He managed to place in the top 10 with 9 competitors moving on to the 3rd stage. But right now, Sane the Legend looking to pick up his 3rd clear on the 1st stage, looking to carry some of that momentum going into this tournament. Right now, Sane the Legend into the rolling hurdle, He has not put in a lot of practice for this tournament. He hasn't been very active in the jumping community as of late. He's been putting a lot of focus on Halo Infinite, which unfortunately does not have Forge yet, but, you know. Anyway, Saint the Legend on the Jumping Spider, an obstacle he's faced many times. He has failed it a few times before, but not this time. Saint the Legend onto the Captain Swing. An unfamiliar obstacle for him. Saint! Oh no, he slips off the first swing! Oh, that looked very unfortunate. It looked like he had it too. Let's look at the replay. Saint, he gets a good jump going into the first swing, but yeah, he just did not land in quite the spot he needed, and he just slipped right off. Hoping to not join the ever-growing list of Captain Swing fails is our next competitor, Weapon Matt. Competing since Tournament 2, Weapon Matt has seen plenty of success on Spartan Sasuke. In his first 9 appearances, he's cleared the first stage 5 times. He would notably struggle with the second stage, however. It would take him 5 attempts on stage 2 to clear it in Tournament 12, where he would go out on the crazy cliffhanger on the 3rd stage. Afterwards, his performances took a bit of a drop. Weapon Matt would end up failing stage 1 in each of his next 4 appearances, in Tournaments 13 through 15, and in Tournament 17. His next clear wouldn't come until Tournament 19, where he went out on the coil dodge in stage 2. And in the last tournament, he failed the second stage once again, this time going out on a metal spin. Weapon Matt is 1 for 7 on the second stage, and seeing his recent success on other courses, he'd love to get back to stage 3. It's been 4 years since he last attempted it on Spartan Sasuke, but first he must get back there, so let's see if he can bring his first stage record to 50-50 and pick up his 8th clear on Spartan Sasuke. Weapon Matt on his 16th appearance, navigating this new obstacle very nicely. And onto the rolling hurdle. Weapon Matt easily got through this last tournament. Can he do the same this time? Yes, he can. Weapon Matt onto the Jumping Spider, an obstacle he is very familiar with. And there's Flame watching on in the background as Weapon Matt navigates the Jumping Spider. Into the 4th ledge, 5th ledge, Weapon Matt is on to the Captain Swing. We saw a lot of people go out here. 9 people have failed it so far. Weapon Matt hoping not to be the 10th. He's nicely into the 2nd swing as he's gonna get the dismount. Weapon Matt into the pit stop. Weapon Matt into the 3rd cone. 4th, 5th, nicely through. He's got plenty of time for this warped wall. Weapon Matt not up it in 1. He needs to get up it. Come on, Weapon Matt. Oh no, Weapon Matt. He's struggling here on the warped wall. He's fumbling, but not on his 3rd go. He barely scrapes by with 1 second left on the clock. Weapon Matt had a bit of trouble on the warped wall, but his fast pace earlier on the stage meant that he could afford some fails on the warped wall. And Weapon Matt gets through the Captain Swing after seeing both Irish and Saint the Legend go out here. He was struggling to get up the warped wall, but he was able to eventually get up it on his 3rd go. And Weapon Matt, once again, moving on to the 2nd stage. Well done, Matt. And on to our last competitor on Sunset, we have All-Star Strafe Helix, who had an unfortunate failure in the last tournament where he went out on a mix and match. It was a bit of a laggy run, but the fail itself was not caused by lag. Right now, Strafe Helix on his 18th appearance on Spartan Sasuke. He's been competing all the way since Tournament 4. He got to the final stage in Tournament 7. Right now, Strafe Helix. Good crowd following him going into the rolling hurdle. Strafe would love to get back to the 2nd stage where he failed in Tournament 19. He's only failed the 2nd stage twice. Right now, Strafe Helix looking to get past the Jumping Spider. Strafe. No! Strafe comes up short of the Jumping Spider! Strafe goes out on the obstacle that he failed in Tournament 17. Let's take a look at a flashback from that. In that tournament, he overshot the trampoline, but this time he jumped too early and comes up short on the Jumpy Spider. Strafe Helix fails stage 1 for his 3rd time in 5 tournaments. That is very unfortunate. The sun has now completely set as we get ready for the last 10 runs on the first stage of Tournament 21, and it begins with the new stars. Introduced at the end of the previous tournament, 4 competitors have been given the new rank, and this tournament will be their first tournament together as the new stars. It will begin with Vase making his 3rd appearance, then Tricky Cyrus on his 4th appearance, Sonic Fan on his 5th appearance, and later on the run order at number 98 is the defending Stage 4 finalist Petrillo Fan 4 making his 6th appearance. And now, let's hear from number 91, Vase, as he gets ready for his run.
Hello, the new stars have arrived. I think the new stars are definitely gonna destroy this tournament. I think all of us are capable at least getting halfway through stage 3. But for stage 1, for me, I'm mostly worried about the captain swing. I know I can beat it. I'm actually feeling pretty good. But, you know, just gotta see what happens, and hopefully I can beat stage 1 here.
Kicking off the new stars is Vase. He made his debut in Tournament 19 where he was just your average Joe getting to the 5th obstacle to mix and match. During the Spartan Sasuke offseason is when he would begin to make his name in the jumping scene. He quickly found himself reaching the 3rd stage on several courses, including Halo Ninja Warrior 23. So when it came time for tournaments to resume for Spartan Sasuke, he would take the skills he built up over 16 months and put on a masterful run in the last tournament, where he shot everyone by not just getting to stage 3 for his first time, but making it all the way to the last obstacle of the stage, the bar glider. Now Vase is back for only his 3rd appearance. It takes a lot of skill to get the success he's had in only 2 runs, and it's that along with his other successful runs across jumping that made him one of the new stars. But now it's time for him to prove that his previous outing was no fluke, and Tournament 21 will be his big test as a competitor. Vase nicely through the diving planks into the S-Bridge. He's never faced it before, as this is a new obstacle. No troubles for the new star as he goes into the rolling hurdle. He put on a really good run. He'd love to continue that. Gets a really good jump off the rolling hurdle. He's gonna bumpy the Jumpy Spider much like Alpha Puma earlier. Vase looking into the 4th ledge. Takes a bit of time going into it. No problems with that. 40 seconds going into the captain swing. He's quickly into it. Gets a nice mount into that 1st swing. Right now, Vase into the 2nd swing nicely. Got plenty of time as he dismounts from the obstacle and enters the pit stop. Vase into the 2nd cone. 3rd cone. 4th. 5th. Perfect on the pit stop. Vase into the warp wall. And was there any doubt that he would get up in one? No, there wasn't. 13.6 seconds left on the clock. Wasn't quite the fastest time, but it was still a very impressive run to kick off the new stars in their inaugural tournament. Vase had a very good run all throughout. And if he'd just been just a little quicker on this 4th ledge of the Jumpy Spider, he possibly could have gotten the fastest time, but it doesn't matter. He's the 8th competitor this tournament, moving on to stage 2. Well done, Vase. Now, let's find out how our next new star fares. Next to take on the course is Tricky Cyrus. A super fan of all things Ninja Warrior, he made his Spartan Sasuke debut in Tournament 18, where he would get deep into the 1st stage, but couldn't quite complete it. In Tournament 19, he would get far into Stage 1 again, but just as before, the fusion coil remained out of reach. In the last tournament, it was 3rd time's the charm for Tricky Cyrus on the 1st stage. Not only would he defeat the 2nd stage and get to Stage 3 for his first time, he put on a masterful run, defeating obstacle after obstacle, and just like that, he was one jump away from reaching the final stage. But unfortunately, he couldn't get the job done as he plummeted to a fiery death. After coming off one of the best runs on the third stage, he has been crowned a new star. Now the pressure is on for him to prove his might here in Tournament 21 and join fellow new star Vaze on the second stage, getting good luck from Caden before a big run here on his fourth appearance. Tricky with a lot of pressure, but he's put in a lot of practice for this tournament, so you know he can get far. So let's see if he can make his stage 1 record 50-50 here in Tournament 21. Right now, Tricky Cyrus moving on to the rolling hurdle. Good Crown following him as he rolls the ball down the track. Tricky Cyrus slows the ball down, but able to get a good jump off it. Now for the Jumping Spider, he's never failed this before, and he's successfully into the second and the third ledges. Fourth ledge nicely, fifth, and he's completed it once again. Tricky Cyrus, an unfamiliar obstacle for him, the Captain Swing, using that pole in the middle to slow him down. That's a good strategy as he prepares for the dismount. Now looking into the pit stop, this new obstacle, 20 seconds left. He hasn't been as fast as he probably could be going, but he's starting to pick up the pace here on the pit stop. 10 seconds left for the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? He's taking a bit of time. Come on, Tricky. Yes, he's up it in one, and 4.6 seconds left for Tricky Cyrus as he picks up clear number 2 on the first stage. Well done to Tricky Cyrus, going backwards on the pit stop as his celebration. He was a little slow here on the rolling hurdle and some other places that possibly could have cost him had he not gotten up the warped wall, but he was able to make it up, and he'll be moving on once again to the second stage. Well done, Tricky.
It's definitely nice to be a rising star going into this tournament. Nice, always nice to get congratulated for doing well, I suppose. But I would love to get back to stage 3 and all that jazz, but it all starts here, so just gotta, not make any mistakes and beat the stage.
The next new star to take on the course is Sonic Fan. Sonic began his Halo jumping career in Spartan Sasuke 17, the first 100 competitor tournament where he failed the Jumping Spider. That was his only stage 1 failure, as every tournament since then he's cleared the first stage. In Tournament 19 he got to stage 3 for the first time, where he had his oh so famous "No, I overshot it" fail on the Planet Bridge. In the last tournament, he got his revenge on the Planet Bridge and beat the Lunatic Cliffhanger before the curtain call on the Curtain Clean Kai. Now, making his 5th appearance, the host of Ninjas of Halo looks to clear stage 1 for his 4th time in a row and join his fellow new stars on the second stage. Sonic Fan on his 5th appearance. 77 seconds. Timer has started for the new star. Sonic Fan has been very dedicated here in Halo jumping, and he looks to clear again. Bit of lag here on the X bridge. Was a little weird, but he's able to get through it. Right now, Sonic Fan, still lagging going into this rolling hurdle. Hopefully this does not cost him. And of course it's not. Sonic Fan looking into the Jumpy Spider, where he failed way back in his debut. Able to get into the first ledge nicely. Looking into the third ledge. The fourth. Into the fifth. And Sonic Fan onto the Captain Swing. Sonic Fan. He gets a good mount into the first swing. Looking into the second swing. Sonic Fan, 30 seconds left. As he's going through the second swing. And dismounts from the obstacle. Now for the pit stop. Sonic Fan goes into the second cone. He's going quickly through this obstacle. Bit of lag again, but he's not fazed by it. Now for the warped wall. Sonic up it in 1, and 9.8 seconds. Wasn't quite able to beat the Clacton, but it was still a very good run despite some of his connection issues. Sonic Fan becomes the 10th competitor this tournament to move on to the second stage. Sonic Fan, despite the lag, it was a very smooth run all throughout. No major slip-ups whatsoever. Got through the captain swing, an obstacle he did not get to in Tournament 17. And he'll be moving on once again to stage numero dos.
I'm feeling a little bit nervous actually. I don't quite know why, but you know, I've done enough runs just on this course alone, let alone before you start talking about every other course, to know what my focus should be on. But I mean, anyone who's watched my career in general on this course, but especially the last few tournaments, knows which stage I've got my eye on. But I got to focus on stage 1 first, and I got to get through this before we can worry about the next stage. So let's go to work.
Next up is the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo, Hunter Unit 751. Hunter has been competing since Tournament 1, where he took his previous jumping and hosting experience and put it to good use to get off to a good start on Spartan Sasuke. It took him a while to get past the second stage, going out on it 3 times in a row, but in Tournament 4, he reached Stage 3 for the first time, where he set his personal best, where he came up 1 obstacle short of reaching the final stage. He was crowned one of the original 5 All-Stars going into Tournament 5, but it wouldn't be until Tournament 8 where he would get back to the 3rd stage. After that, he took a break from competing and came back in Tournament 13 only to set a personal worst on the double pendulum. Hunter, it would take a while for him to get back on track to being the dominant force he once was, but in Tournament 17, that chance finally came where he picked up his 3rd clear on the 2nd stage. But since that magnificent comeback, the 2nd stage hasn't been kind to him. Just like the early days of Spartan Sasuke, Hunter would find himself in a 2nd stage curse. And in the last tournament, he would shockingly fall on the drop salmon ladder. Hunter has failed the 2nd stage more times than any other competitor on Spartan Sasuke, but first Hunter must get back there as he tries to go 11 for 16 on the 1st stage. As he just said in the pre-run interview, he is feeling nervous going into this tournament, but he's known for overcoming nerves time and time again. So let's see if Hunter can pick up 5 in a row here on the 1st stage. Hunter Unit, the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo and All-Star, he's off on the diving planks as he navigates the obstacle nicely. Hunter into this X bridge, an obstacle he's unfamiliar with, and he's through the X bridge. The man who's cleared stage 1 19 times in a row on Halo Ninja Warrior, handling the rolling hurdle very nicely into the Jumpy Spider now. Hunter has beaten this obstacle so many times, he's never failed it before, but he can never underestimate it. It's always a tough obstacle. But now for the captain swing. This is the obstacle he was the most worried about. He beat it back in Tournament 17, but it's tougher here in Tournament 21. Hunter, less than 30 seconds as he gets into the 2nd swing. Hunter going for the dismount, nicely through. Now for the pit stop, 20 seconds left. He needs to keep up a good pace here on the pit stop. Hunter is through it, and now 11 seconds going into the warp wall. He's not up it in 1. Hunter, not up it in 2.
Go, go, go.
He needs to get up it. Hunter, yes, he's up it.
Oh
my god.
You're slow. You're slow.
Are we sure? Are we sure? Can we just wait a second?
I'm not sure.
Hunter, I did the
You're gonna have to
same
review
thing.
that footage.
Hunter, it was a close call on the warp wall. It took him 3 attempts to get up it. It was nearly a disaster, but he prevailed. And once again, Hunter moving on to the 2nd stage. Well done, Hunter. The next competitor to go is Mighty Max 80. He made a remarkable debut run in Tournament 7 when he reached the flying chute. It would take a few tries, but in Tournament 11 he beat Stage 1 for the first time. In Tournament 13 marked his first time beating the second stage, but he wouldn't beat it again until Tournament 17, where he scraped by Stage 2 with only 5/100ths of a second remaining on the clock. Mighty has gotten to Stage 3 in each tournament since, and would get further on the stage each time. When he reached the final jump the last tournament, many believed that he was going to the final stage, but that jump had other plans as it sent Mighty down to a fiery grave. Besides Halo Ninja Warrior 23, Mighty hasn't done particularly well outside of Spartan Sasuke, leading many to call him a one-trick pony. But now he's back in his comfort zone, the first stage of Spartan Sasuke, as he looks to clear it for his 6th time in a row and his 9th overall. Mighty onto the X Bridge. 4th, and Mighty once again onto the rolling hurdle. Mighty Max on his 15th appearance. He's one of the top veterans. He's not an all-star, but he's always someone who could potentially be in the running for one. Mighty, if he can continue his success, he could potentially become an all-star in the future. But right now, Mighty is through the Jumping Spider and into the Captain Swing. He's faced it before, gets a beautiful jump going into the first swing, and nicely into the second swing as well. Mighty Max, 25 seconds left going into mix and match. Mighty into the second cone, third cone, fourth, fifth, and 15 seconds going into the warp wall. Got plenty of time and no troubles. Mighty Max, 10.7 seconds left as he clears the first stage once again. Mighty Max 80 clears stage 1 for his 9th time in 11 tournaments, handling each obstacle with utter ease. Mighty Max 80 once again moving on to stage 2, where he'll be looking to tie Swan and Flame's consecutive clear record. Well done, Mighty.
I'm feeling pretty good. Stage 1 wise, you know, feeling pretty confident behind me. Got the double steering wheel. I feel like if one obstacle on this stage is gonna take me out, I might mess up on the double steering wheel. But after that, you know, we got like the traffic cones. Feeling pretty good on that. Those are really like the only 2 obstacles that give me any worry. But I'm feeling pretty confident on this stage 1. So we'll see what happens.
The next All-Star to take on the course is Fireball ZXZ. Fireball is only one of 2 competitors remaining that have competed in every single tournament of Spartan Sasuke. His early success made him one of the first 5 All-Stars. However, when he became an All-Star, he would fail the first stage 3 times in a row. But in Tournament 8, he could lay his troubles to rest when he got to the final stage with his dreams of starting a hot dog stand. The closest Fireball came to getting back to stage 4 was in Tournament 11 when he failed the final jump of the pipe slider. Fireball has gotten to the 3rd stage in 4 of the previous 5 appearances on Spartan Sasuke, including a 1st place in Tournament 17. He failed the vertical limit 2 times in a row before going out on the Curtain Clean Kai in Tournament 18. In the last tournament, he wouldn't even get that far as he failed the first ledge of the Lunatic Cliffhanger. Fireball ZXZ, the Shingo Yamamoto of Spartan Sasuke, now looks to clear stage 1 for his 13th time. Fireball did not put in a lot of practice for this tournament as his life has been getting busier, but he's still here for his 21st appearance on Spartan Sasuke, so let's see how he does. Fireball onto the X Bridge. Got a good crowd following him. Weapon Mat, Snoz, and Hunter looking on as Fireball makes it through the X Bridge. Fireball onto the rolling hurdle. Slowly rolling the ball down the track. Good control though, as he's got 50 seconds going into the Jumping Spider. Fireball into the obstacle nicely as he looks into the 4th ledge. Quickly into it. Fireball nicely into the Captain's Swing. Fireball has defeated this obstacle before, but can he do it again? Fireball! He's into the 2nd swing. as he dismounts from the obstacle nicely. 25 seconds as he enters the pit stop. Should have plenty of time as long as he does not make a simple error. Fireball nicely through. 15 going into the warped wall. Fireball up it in 1, and Fireball is moving on once again. Well done.
Hey, Fireball, here's another car reference. You were speed! Ka-chow!
Fireball picking up lucky number 13 on the first stage, defeating obstacle after obstacle to clear once again, and he's also the 13th competitor this tournament. Moving on to the second stage. Well done, Fireball.
I don't feel as good as last time. That's probably a good place to start. I feel like I am struggling to keep up with the new kids on the block, but I'm hoping that I can still keep up with them and put on a really good run this tournament. My goal for this tournament, it's really just to beat stage 1 at the moment. I'm going to take it one stage at a time, and I just hope that I can succeed.
Next up for the All-Stars is the Halo Sasuke host, Jumpy. Making the furthest debut of any All-Star, Jumpy began his Spartan Sasuke journey in Tournament 5. His first clear came in Tournament 7, but his next few runs afterwards weren't anything to write home about. That would begin to change in Tournament 13 when he cleared again, but it was Tournament 14 when he would leave his mark on the course, being the only competitor to reach the third stage that tournament. His only first stage fail since then came in Tournament 15, but then again everyone failed stage 1 that time. His biggest moment of glory came in Tournament 19 when he became the first competitor since Tournament 13 to reach the final stage, where he failed mounting into the Salmon ladder. In the last tournament he would reach the third stage again, but the lunatic cliffhanger would take him out for the 4th time. As he said in the pre-run interview, Jumpy is not feeling as confident going into this tournament, doubting if he can continue his success with the pressure of being an All-Star. But I have no doubts that he'll do his best to push through the pressure and clear the first stage for the 9th time. There's his fellow All-Star Swan, wishing him good luck before he takes on the first stage again. Jumpy. Big run in front of him as he completes the diving planks. And onto the edge bridge, there's Vase in the background with a bit of different colors as his first stage run. But right now, Jumpy got a minute going into the rolling hurdle. He beat this obstacle in the last tournament. Should not be any troubles for Jumpy as he makes it up. Of course, he had his Pokeball strategy back in Tournament 18. Of course, that does not work anymore due to there being projectile barriers on the rolling hurdle. But right now, he's going quickly through the Jumping Spider as Jumpy's got 37 seconds going into the Captain Swing. The obstacle he is really worried about. Jumpy, yes, he's into the second swing. Can he get the dismount? Jumpy, yes, he does. 2 obstacles left as he goes into the pit stop. Into the second cone, third cone. 4th cone gets a safe jump off the tire, but he gets a 5th cone nicely. Jumpy looking into the warped wall.
That's why I'm an All-Star.
You killed it, that's why you're awesome.
You know me. I never fail. I've never failed anything in my life.
This stage has
Absolutely
nothing on you, Jumpy, because you
This
can't
stage
read.
sucks. This stage is too easy for me.
Jumpy becomes the 14th competitor this tournament, moving on to the second stage. And he clears it for his 9th time. Well done to Jumpy. We now have as many clears as we did in the last tournament. And now with 3 competitors left to run, we have arrived at one of the most anticipated runs of the tournament. The last of the new stars to run is Petrillo Fam 4. The newest hot shot of jumping made his debut in Tournament 16 where he failed the Jumping Spider. After failing Stage 1 again the following 2 tournaments, Petrillo stepped up his game in Tournament 19 by getting all the way to the Curtain Clean Kai on the 3rd stage. During the Spartan Sasuke offseason, Petrillo would continue to hone his skills as a jumper, which would come in handy in the last tournament, where on his 5th appearance, he reached the coveted final stage. On top of that, he would achieve first place, ushering in the new stars. To simply say that Petrillo has high expectations is a huge understatement. This tournament will be his biggest test yet as a competitor to see if he can compete with the best of the best. Many believe Petrillo can achieve total victory, and we're about to find out if he can live up to the hype bestowed upon him and take the next step into becoming a jumping legend. The road to glory begins here on the first stage of Spartan Sasuke 21, and he's nicely through the diving planks. Petrillo has got a lot of pressure going into this run, but he's got to fight through it. Right now, Petrillo onto the rolling hurdle, who almost overshoots the ball, but nice recovery from him as he gets a good jump over the hurdle. Petrillo into the Jumpy Spider where he's failed twice before. Petrillo, nice mount into the first ledge. Looking into the third ledge now. Into the fourth. Ooh, almost comes up short. Got a bit of a bump there, but he's through the Jumping Spider. And onto the Captain Swing. Gets into the first swing nicely. He's got 30 seconds left as he transfers into the second swing nicely. Petrillo is overcoming the pressure quite nicely, but he's still got 2 obstacles left. Now for the pit stop. He's, not a lot of momentum going into the third one, but he gets a good safe jump on the tire. Petrillo, bit of a close call on the pit stop, but he's onto the warp wall. Up it and one. 7.4 seconds, and we have more clears than we did in the last tournament. And with 2 competitors left, we could be on track to tying the Stage 1 clear record set 2 tournaments ago. But a nice run from Petrillo Fam 4. He overcame the immense pressure put on him this tournament to pick up clear number 3 on the first stage. And he goes 50-50 on the first stage. Well done to Petrillo Fam 4.
I am feeling not good. I did not get anywhere near as much practice as I wanted to. I know that I can get back to the final and hopefully do better than I did last time, but I highly doubt that's going to happen.
The next last competitor to take on Stage 1 is the host of Spartan Ninja Warrior, Flamosaurus. Jumping since the days of Halo 4 as My Mom 47, he's been competing on Spartan Sasuke since the very beginning. His first clear came in Tournament 3 where he went out on the cliffhanger, and when it moved from the second to the third stage, Flame would fail the ultimate cliffhanger in Tournament 7. After failing Stage 1 in Tournament 8, he would go on to clear the first stage 5 times in a row. 3 of these runs saw him on the third stage. And after getting first place in Tournament 12, he was crowned an All-Star for his consistency. After Tournament 13, he would fail the first stage 2 times in a row. But in Tournament 15, despite failing Stage 1, he was notably one of only 3 competitors to stick the cargo net of the rolling jump. And then it was right back to dominance as he would go on another first stage spree of 5 clears in a row. On top of that, it was also a second stage spree of 5 in a row, which would tie Swantron 97's second stage clearing spree. In Tournament 19, he would lay to rest his cliffhanger curse and get to the 7th obstacle of Stage 3, the Iron Thrones. In the last tournament, Flame got his revenge on the Iron Thrones, and after 16 appearances, he would join Petrillo on the final stage. But unfortunately, he wouldn't make it up as high when he failed on the first obstacle, the Cubicle Climb. Flame has always been one of the most dedicated competitors on Spartan Sasuke. However, going into this tournament, Flame was questioning if he was even going to compete due to the immense pressure put upon him. But he is an all-star. He will fight for another chance at glory. And now we're about to find out where his 17th run takes him. Will he clear for his 13th time, or will he fall short of his goals? Flame nicely through the diving planks. There's the first Grand Champion Ump Double Ump in the grandstands cheering on Flame. Although Ump didn't compete this time, he is still here to show his support. And now Flame advances to the rolling hurdle. Flame is rolling the ball down the track. It's over the hurdle nicely as he advances to the Jumping Spider. Flame. No, he comes up short! Flame is out on the first stage! I cannot believe it! Flamosaurus comes up short of the Jumping Spider! He is out on stage 1 for the first time since Tournament 15! Flame, that is a shocker! That was painful to watch! As he goes out on the 4th obstacle, he jumped too late on the bouncer and he knew it right away! He knew he wasn't gonna make it and he doesn't even attempt to crouch going into the ledge. That is so sad! Flame! Only the 5th time he's gone out on this stage. And the defending Stage 4 finalist will not be moving on.
I failed the Jumping Spider, everybody. God damn it.
The Jumping Spider has taken out one of the biggest names here in Tournament 21.
I just want to say the course looks so nice this time around. I love all the obstacles. It looks pretty. I'm hoping that I won't be too caught up in the views to cost me my run. But I do feel confident going into the Stage 1. I think I should be able to clear it once again and hopefully make it back to Stage 3. I would love to improve over my last tournament, but we got to start here with Stage 1, and hopefully I can get this part of the journey done.
The final competitor to take on Stage 1 of Tournament 21 is the 2-time Grand Champion, Smoky Massacre. The host of Halo Ninja Warrior has competed in every tournament of Spartan Sasuke. And throughout the first 20 tournaments, he is the most successful competitor in the course's history. His first total victory came in Tournament 8, where he successfully scaled a tower in under 30 seconds. As time went on, Smokey would assert his dominance as he would get first place in each of the following 3 tournaments. And despite failing the double pendulum in Tournament 12, it proved to be nothing more than a hiccup, because in Tournament 13, he became the first competitor in Halo jumping history to achieve total victory twice on the same course. After that history-making run, the course began to take its revenge on the 2-time champion, because on his next 2 appearances, Smokey failed the first stage twice in a row. In Tournament 16, Smokey would fail the second stage for his first and only time so far, and in every tournament following, he would get to the 3rd stage each time. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to get halfway into the 3rd stage since his previous total victory. He'd failed the Lunatic Cliffhanger in both tournaments 18 and 19. But in the last tournament, he wouldn't even make it that far, as he shockingly went out on just the 2nd obstacle, the Sidewinder. Despite being the 2-time champion, Smokey does not feel that he has lived up to his previous performances, and today he looks to change that as he aims to reach his 3rd final stage on Spartan Sasuke. But you cannot deny the success he's had here on Spartan Sasuke, as he holds the all-time clear records on both stages 1 and 2 with 14 and 13 clears respectively. Now Mr. 100, Smoky Massacre, looks to clear the first stage for his 15th time. Final run on the first stage, Smoky Massacre is on the X Bridge. This new obstacle, Smokey had a much different version of the X Bridge back on his course back during the Master Chief Collection and Halo 5, but now Smokey on the rolling hurdle gets over the hurdle nicely as he advances to the Jumping Spider. Smokey, this is where Flame just failed, but Smokey's able to get the mounts nicely. Looking into the 4th ledge, into the 5th, and Smokey onto the Captain Swing, an obstacle he is familiar with, but it's a little tougher than it was last time he faced it back in 17. Smokey, less than 30 seconds as he looks to dismount from the obstacle, and he's going to do so successfully as he enters unfamiliar territory in the pit stop. He's into the 4th and the 5th, and Smokey onto the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? Smokey! Yes, he is. 9.0 seconds as Smoky Massacre makes it a sweet 16 here on the first stage, becoming the 16th competitor to clear stage 1. and he gets his 15th clear on the first stage. Smokey just saw Flame go out on the Jumpy Spider, so that could have put a little nerves on him, but he was able to overcome it on the Jumping Spider to clear stage 1 once again. The two-time champion is moving on. And now it's time once again for the Spartan Slayer. The honors this tournament goes to the diving planks. After it disappointingly took out only 9 competitors in the last tournament, this time it is taking out a far more impressive 31 of the 100 competitors that attempted it. Honorable mention goes to the X Bridge, which took out 30 competitors. For these 31, they barely got started in their journeys in Tournament 21. Hopefully next time they'll avoid walking the plank. And with that, we have a Sweet 16 moving on to the second stage. Sunny Side Splash, Cobra, Avows the Samurai, Super Ninja J2, Alpha Puma, Swantron 97, Weapon Mat, Vase, Tricky Cyrus, Sonic Fan, Hunter Unit 751, Mighty Max 80, Fireball, Chumpy, Patrullo Fam 4, and Smoky Massacre are the victors here on the first stage. For these 16, their journeys here in Tournament 21 has just begun, as they must take on the second stage of Tournament 21. How many of them will advance past the second stage? We're about to find out. Let's move in to stage 2.
I'll be quite honest with you. I didn't expect to beat stage 1. I'm glad I did, and I had maybe about 35% hope in myself to beat stage 1. So I'm glad that I passed it. You know, C's get degrees, and here I am.
I feel very happy to be back on stage 2. I obviously really want to get revenge on the card ladder, and I can't wait to swim with Jaws in the water. But if I get past stage 2, I'll be very happy.
It's been 4 years since I've seen Spartan Sasuke stage 3, which is a little bit embarrassing, and a lot of people probably got sick of me getting a theme and stuff, but if anybody's mad at me for clearing, don't worry, you're going to get to watch me fail this stage. There's no way that I'm beating this.
Feel pretty good going into stage 2 this tournament. I mean, that stage 1 run was probably a little closer than I would have hoped for, but I was able to pull through, and this stage 2, I mean, like always, I have a chance to beat it, but there's just something about this stage 2 that's always had my number, but we're hoping to get to a 25% clear rate on this stage.
Stage 2, I'm feeling pretty good. The time limit is very, very strict, but I have a lot of weird techniques that are fast, so I think I can get to stage 3, hopefully.
There's a lot of very, I guess not sketchy, but very like precise obstacles, and the time limit is just something else, man.
I failed this stage 2 so many times. At 7 fails out of 10, it's just, and so many of them, especially the last 2 tournaments, have just been so bad. So for me, I just gotta find a way. There's some kind of mental block. I just gotta get past it. I just gotta take one jump at a time, make sure to hit every jump right, and hope that I can A, get to the end and get there fast enough. But literally anything could happen on this run, so just gonna have to give it my best shot.
I'm feeling pretty dang good. I'd say definitely more confident than I did going into stage 1. There's less obstacles that I'm worried about on this stage, but then again, I could probably just got Karma Salmon mode. Knock on wood, you know. But I am feeling pretty confident to get back to stage 3, but you know, we'll see what happens. I can make a mistake at any time.
I personally am a big fan of ice cream with mint chocolate chip flavors. That's my favorite ice cream flavor.
You know, stage 2 is somewhere that I've always felt a lot of comfort. This one though, very fast paced, so I think I'm gonna be, hustling my way through the stage, but hopefully that doesn't cause me any issues. I would love to get 5 stage 3s in a row, but yeah, it's never an easy task, so I'm gonna give it my best shot and hopefully prevail.
And now it's time for the second stage. 16 competitors, just one off the record, will be taking on the second stage this tournament. And it begins with one of three taking on it for the first time. We have Sunny Side Splash kicking things off. On his second appearance, how will he handle the second stage? He'll have 70 seconds, 5 seconds shorter than the last tournament. And he's on to the Surf Slider. That was a weird bit of lag there. But he's successfully through the new Surf Slider. And he's into the Drop Salmon Ladder. Gotta make it up 5 bars. And then make a huge drop down to the 6th bar. Which he does. He gets the safe jump. And now for the wind chimes. Bit of lag going into it. Gets into the second chime. Third chime. He's taking a bit of time here. But he's successfully through the third obstacle. And onto the double compressor. He looks into the second one. He's able to wedge himself nicely. And now 2 obstacles away. Next up is the metal spin. And he's gonna stick the ledge nicely. He's got 20 seconds left for our final obstacle. It's a new one. The balance tank. This obstacle can take a while. It's all about controlling the ball. The track does not have any borders, so you could easily fall off, but he's not. Sunny Side Splash, nicely done. 6.4 seconds, first run of the second stage of this tournament, and he's gonna be moving on to stage 3. Well done to Sunny Side Splash. He had a near disastrous lag on the Surf Slider, but he's able to stick the metal spin successfully, and he'll be moving on to stage 3. On his first time attempting the second stage, he was able to prevail. Well done to Sunny. And we're just getting things started here on stage 2. Next up we have Cobra. He's also making his second appearance, and he's taking on stage 2 for his first time. Let's see if Cobra can join Sunny on the third stage. Cobra onto the Surf Slider. Cobra successfully through the obstacle, a lot cleaner than Sunny. Cobra into the Drop Salmon Ladder, not able to get into the second bar on the first jump, but able to recover it quickly down to the 6th bar, also gets a safe jump, but he's into the wind chimes. Cobra looking into the second chime, third chime, 4th chime, and he's through the wind chimes and onto the double compressor, able to wedge himself into the first one. Second one gets it nicely. Cobra 30 seconds going into the metal spin. He's on a good pace, but he comes up short of the metal spin. He's not able to make it through. And next up, the last of the competitors taking on stage 2 for their first time, we have Avowals the Samurai on his third appearance. Let's see if Avowals can do well here on the second stage. Having a bit of trouble getting the Surf Slider going. You do need to jump pretty far into it to get it going, and that's to prevent any glitches from happening. But right now, Avowals is on the Drop Salmon Ladder. He was not able to get through this obstacle in practice, and he slips all the way down to the first bar. But he's able to get to the top now as he looks to jump across. Gets a safe jump, nicely through. And now for the wind chimes, but oh, he didn't sprint!
I should have told you. You gotta sprint. Yeah, you gotta sprint up to that.
Oh, that would have been good to know. Thanks, team.
I'm sorry.
Well, that was a little unfortunate. But next up we have Super Ninja J2 making his second appearance on the second stage, on his second appearance on Spartan Sasuke. 70 seconds as he enters the Surf Slider. Super Ninja J2, he's into the Drop Salmon Ladder, successfully gets through the first obstacle. Super Ninja J failed the Drop Salmon Ladder last tournament. Let's see if he can get his revenge. Ooh, hits his shoulder on the 5th bar, but he's gonna jump across, and success for Super Ninja J as he enters the wind chimes. He gets a safe jump on the first chime. Each extra jump will cost you time. This is not an easy time limit, 70 seconds. He's gotta keep up a good pace. He's only down to 30 seconds as he's just getting into the double compressor. Into the second one. And now for the metal spin, Super Ninja Jake. Going for the right chain, gets the safe jump, but no! He does not get a jump across. He came close, but he just couldn't get a jump across. And now we have Alpha Puma on his 19th appearance on Spartan Sasuke, on his 9th time on stage 2. He's into the double compressor. Alpha Puma looking into the drop salmon ladder. A bit of bad camera work there. We'll look past that. Right now, Alpha Puma looking into the drop. Puma gets the safe jump nicely as he enters the wind chimes. Another safe jump, but can he get through the wind chimes like he could back in Tournament 19? Alpha Puma, yes he can. He's into the double compressor and looking into the second compressor. 30 seconds as he dismounts from the obstacle. Can he get through the metal spin? Alpha Puma gets the safe jump, but oh no! It's an exact replica of Super Ninja Jake's fail! He's out on the metal spin! He gets the safe jump, but he's not able to get the jump across! Oh, that is very unfortunate for Puma. But let's see if we can get Swantron 97 on the third stage. It has been a very long time since Swan has made it to stage 2. This stage is very unfamiliar to him, but let's see how he does on his first time back in 8 tournaments. Successfully through the surf slider as he enters the drop salmon ladder. Swan makes it to the top. Can he make the big jump across? Swan, ooh, almost comes up short, but he's able to get a good safe jump. And now into the wind chimes. Swan looks into the second chime, third, fourth, and cleanly through the wind chimes. Now for the double compressor, he's going to jump straight into the first one. And into the second one, Swantron 97. Into the metal spin. We just saw the last 2 competitors go out on here, but not him. 20 seconds. Oh, a bit of lag there. Hopefully that won't cost him here on the balance tank. But he's got 15 seconds left. He needs to get this ball rolling. Swan, he's only down to 10 seconds. It's gonna be close. Come on, Swan. He's gotta pick up the pace. Swan. No, he falls off the back of the ball. Swan is out on the last obstacle of stage 2, the balance tank. He came really close to making it to the third stage, but victory was denied. Oh, so close to the end. Swan falls off the ball. He just lost his balance and he just was not able to recover from that unfortunate fail.
No! Damn it, dude! Damn! Oh! Damn! That one hurt.
Quite a reaction from Swantron, despite the fact that he said he probably wasn't gonna clear the stage, but he's out anyways. Next up, we have Weapon Matt looking to end a curse here on the second stage. He's only beaten it once out of 7 previous attempts at this stage. Weapon Matt, 70 seconds as he's into the surf slider. Weapon Matt goes for an early dismount, nicely through. Now for the drop salmon ladder. No one has failed it so far. He's going to spring jump up the bars. Weapon Matt, he looks into the drop. Nice safe jump there. Weapon Matt looks into the wind chimes. He's never failed this obstacle before, but he's through it once again. Weapon Matt into the double compressor, also going for the jump across, much like Swan. Weapon Matt, he's got 30 seconds, going into the metal spin. This is where he failed last tournament. Weapon Matt gets the safe jump and the jump across, but can he handle the balance tank? We just saw Swan go out here, but he's got more time, so he's in a bit more comfortable position, but he is going a little slow here. 10 seconds left. He may want to think about picking up the pace here. He's only got 5 seconds left. Come on, Weapon Matt. You gotta go, man. Come on. Go. Please. Yes. 0.8 seconds left on the second stage. It was a close call, but he was able to make it through. Weapon Matt clear stage 2 for his first time since Tournament 12. It was almost a disaster on the balance tank as he was going rather slow, but he had enough time going into it to afford going that slow, and he'll be moving on to the third stage. Well done, Weapon Matt. And we are on to the new stars. Next up is Vaze, making his third appearance in his second run on the second stage. Let's see if Vaze can clear again. 70 seconds as he enters the surf slider. Moves across side to side as he completes the obstacle, cutting corners on the dismount as he approaches the drop salmon ladder. The salmon ladder he is all very familiar with. Vaze almost comes up short, but a good safe jump there will get him onto the wind chimes. He's into the third chime. Fourth chime, and he's through and onto the double compressor. Once again, going through the cut through. He's got half the time left. He's going quick here on the second stage, and onto the middle spin. Slides into the chain, and Vaze is onto the balance tank with less than 25 seconds left. Vaze, he's moving the ball on the balance tank. He's going at a pretty quick pace here on a balance tank, as he's looking into the dismount, and he beats the klaxon with 10.3 seconds left on the clock. A very fast time despite the very tough time limit. Vaze successfully able to clear the second stage for his second time. Like the other competitors before him, he's able to get the shortcut into the double compressor, and once again Vaze is going to be taking on the third stage. Well done to Vaze. But the new star success did not stop here, as Tricky Cyrus would also clear the second stage. Tricky Cyrus picking up his second clear on the second stage, clearing it with 6.0 seconds left on the clock. That was then followed up with Sonic Fan, who also beat the second stage, this time for his third time, as he clears with 6.1 seconds on the clock. And just like that, we're up to 5 clears on the second stage. Well done to these new stars, keeping up the momentum here on stage 2. But right now we have Hunter Unit 751. Much like Weapon Matt, he is looking to end a curse here on the second stage. And there's awesome Weapon Matt wishing him good luck. Hunter has failed the second stage 3 tournaments in a row. I hope to God it's not a fourth. And it was almost a disaster right there. He almost slipped off the beginning of the surf slider, but he's successfully onto the drop salmon ladder. This is where he failed last tournament. He's got to make it up here, but now for the jump where he went out last time. Hunter, he's gotten the safe jump, does not make the mistake he did last tournament, and he's into the wind chimes where he failed in tournament 19, but not today. Hunter Unit, 3 obstacles left as he enters the double compressor into the first. Looking into the second, he's never faced this obstacle before, but he's gotten through it. And into the metal spin, an obstacle he's very familiar with. Gets the safe jump and jumps across. He's got 20 seconds to end the curse here on the second stage. He's on to the balance tank with 15 seconds left. But he's going slow. He's arguably going even slower than Weapon Matt. Less than 10 seconds. Come on, Hunter. He's got 5 seconds left. Come on, Hunter. He jumps across, and it's enough.
Oh my god.
Hey, the turtle! The turtle is on.
That's faster than mine.
That's less than 2 seconds for combined.
Jeez, at last. It's only been 4 tournaments, and it's felt like friggin' forever.
it has felt like freaking forever because it has been nearly 3 years since Hunter last cleared the second stage. Hunter unit moving on for his 4th time to the 3rd stage. And now we're on to Mighty Max 80. 5 competitors left to take on the 2nd stage. Mighty Max looking to clear the 2nd stage for his 5th tournament in a row and tied the consecutive clear record of Swan in Flame. Right now, Mighty Max into the drop salmon ladder. Goes into the 2nd, the 3rd, 4th, 5th bars. Mighty failed the double salmon ladder back in tournament 16, but he successfully threw the drop salmon ladder as he's going quickly through the wind chimes. He's got 40 seconds as he dismounts from the obstacle. Mighty, he's not going to take the shortcut unlike some of our other competitors, but he's still got plenty of time left on the clock. 30 seconds as he enters the metal spin. Mighty going for the right chain, also sticks the chain. Mighty, no, he slides off! What? Mighty, you've gotta be kidding me! He is out on the platform, in between the metal spin and the balance tape. What just happened? What? He looked like he just pressed the wrong button, and rather than going through the simple inconvenience of just simply running across the platform, he tried to cut corners, and it has cost him dearly on the 2nd stage. Oh, that is such a shame. But now we have Fireball ZHC. Hopefully he won't meet the same fate as Mighty. Hopefully Fireball can clear stage 2 once again. Fireball has not failed the 2nd stage since tournament 14. And right now Fireball is crossing the surf slider, doing a celebratory teabag as he completes the obstacle. Bit of a showboat there, but he's on to the drop salmon ladder. Fireball continuing his way up the bars, and he's gotten the safe jump, and he's across onto the wind chimes. Fireball going quickly into the 3rd chime and the 4th, and now for the double compressor. Takes the shortcut into it. This is where he failed back in tournament 14, but of course it's no issues today as he enters the metal spin, gets the safe jump, and he's across. Come on, don't pull a Mighty! Oh, okay. He successfully threw it. I just had to up the ante there. But he's going quickly here on the balance tank as the klaxon sounds. He's got plenty of time.
He's done it again!
Technique!
That is his man.
Fireball once again through the 2nd stage. Takes the shortcut like many others on the double compressor. And once again, Fireball will be moving on to the 3rd stage for his 9th time. Well done to Fireball ZXZ. And now we have 3 competitors left to take on the 2nd stage. We could be in once again for another stage 2 clear record. But right now we have Jumpy stepping up to the start line. Mighty couldn't tie Swan and Flame's consecutive clear record on the 2nd stage. Jumpy is the next person in line to tie that record if he can clear stage 2 this tournament. Right now, Jumpy into the drop salmon ladder. He's up to the 2nd bar, 3rd, 4th. He failed the double salmon ladder back in tournament 16. It was his last time failing the 2nd stage. No safe jump required on the 6th bar as he enters the wind chimes. Into the 4th chime, nicely through onto the double compressor. Going through the shortcut as well. Jumpy going to the 2nd set. Ooh, almost comes up short, but he's successfully into the metal spin. Less than 30 seconds left. He's going to slide across that, makes the jump into it easier, and he's into the balance tank. Jumpy, 20 seconds left. Should be enough time as long as he doesn't go too slow. He's gotta focus on giving this ball enough speed, and looks like he's gonna do that successfully. Klaxon sounding, but it's not gonna matter. Jumpy, 5 seconds remaining as he beats the second stage once again. This time for his 5th tournament in a row, and that ties the consecutive clear record set by Swan and Flame. He has joined them on a record. Well done to Jumpy as he moves on to the 3rd stage for his 6th time on Spartan Sasuke. Well done, Jumpy. And now, the last of the new stars, Petrillo Fam 4. He's never failed the 2nd stage on Spartan Sasuke, now looking to make it 3 for 3 on the 2nd stage. No puns intended. Anyways, Petrillo, he's on the surf slider. And he's perfectly... Oh, almost slides off there on the dismount. But I was about to say he was perfect on the surf slider, but he almost slipped off there. So he's going for the drop on the drop salmon ladder. And he's looking into the wind chimes. 2nd, 3rd. Ooh, not too much momentum going into the 4th one, but it's still plenty enough. Now for the double compressor, does not take the shortcut. He's got half the time remaining as he looks into the 2nd compressor. Petrillo onto the metal spin. He goes for the safe jump on it. He's got 25 seconds, plenty of time going into the balance tank. Petrillo looking to become the 9th competitor this tournament to move on to the 3rd stage. That would tie the record if he can successfully walk this ball through the remainder of the obstacle. But it's not going to be the fastest time, but it's still a fast time. 8.9 seconds remaining on the clock for Petrillo, and he keeps his perfect stage 2 record alive here on Tournament 21. Petrillo nicely through each of the 6 obstacles of stage 2, and once again, he'll be moving on to the 3rd stage. Congratulations, Petrillo. Hopefully he can put on another amazing run. And now we're down to the final competitor here on stage 2 as Snoz gets knocked off. It is Smoky Massacre, the 2-time champion. He's also looking to join Swan, Flame, and now Jumpy on the 5 consecutive clears on stage 2. If he can clear this. Smoky has only ever failed the 2nd stage once, and that was back in tournament 16. Right now, Smoky Massacre climbing the drop salmon ladder. Smoky looking to clear for his 14th time on stage 2 as he enters the wind chimes. Smoky, no problems yet, and no problems at all. Smoky Massacre, less than 40 seconds going into the double compressor. Gets into it. And Smoky, 30 seconds as he enters the metal spin. He's never failed it before. And of course he's not going to fail it again. He's into the balance tank. And if he can roll this ball across, we will have a new stage 2 clear record of 10. It'll be the first time we have double-digit clears on this stage. And that is definitely going to be the case. 7.9 seconds for Smoky Massacre as a timer just randomly disappeared on the screen. But it doesn't matter. Smoky Massacre becomes the 10th competitor this tournament to move on to the 3rd stage. That was an impressive run by the 2-time champion. And we have double-digit clears for the first time on stage 2. Nicely done. And with that, 10 competitors move on to the 3rd stage. We have Sunnyside Splash, Weapon Mat, Vase, Tricky Cyrus, Sonic Fan, Hunter Unit 751, Fireball, Jumpy, Petrillo Fan 4, and Smoky Massacre as the victors of the 2nd stage. Now they prepare themselves as they face their toughest challenge yet on the 3rd stage of Tournament 21.
It's been a little bit too long since I've been on this stage. I mean, as always, I mean, I probably have an outside chance of beating this stage, but I'm just hoping to match my personal best or just honestly put a good effort on this stage. But getting here again, finally, is, I mean, that's all I wanted to do.
I just love how I failed the mount into the bar glider last time, and Rob makes the mount a swing into the pipe slider. To be fair, there's 3 pipes, so yeah, I'm either gonna fail the cliffhanger or I'm gonna beat the stage. I feel like that's it.
It looks very intimidating. Now, I feel like, in my opinion, I'm probably gonna reach the second half of the 3rd stage, but then again, we never know what can happen. I might even fail the first obstacle, but I'm hoping I can get my redemption on that last jump, make it to the final stage, and that's been a dream of mine for almost 5 years, and to achieve that would be a great enough experience.
Wow, it took long enough to get back here, even though it was only 4 tournaments. It did feel like a really long time. Now that I'm on stage 3, I mean, this is where the expectations are just gone. Like, I could get like to the 2nd or 3rd obstacle and still come in 10th place. Like, that's how just crazy the quality of the competitors are. But if I can, I would love to get to the cliffhanger. I have yet to attempt a cliffhanger since it was moved to stage 3. I've gone out on the 3rd obstacle the last 2 times. There's not a guarantee that I'll do it, but if I can get there, it'll be really good.
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, the 2nd obstacle, it's got my name, I feel like, but I'm gonna conquer my fears. I'm gonna get through it. And the one thing that I want to do is just beat the 1st ledge on the cliffhanger. If I get onto that 2nd ledge, I'm gonna be a happy man. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I could get farther than the cliffhanger, but cliffhanger's the goal. So we'll see what happens.
I take a look at this stage. I like to think back into my past tournaments, because I feel like I've sort of grown with this stage over the years. You know, since tournament 14, I was the only one to get here and try it, and I wasn't good at the time, so I didn't think I was going to beat the cliffhanger. And over time, I've slowly developed, failing the cliffhanger more and more, until 19 when I beat it and beat the stage. I think I have a very similar mindset that goes with this tournament. If I beat the cliffhanger, I have a really good chance at attempting a final.
I'm always happy just to get to stage 3. That's pretty much my goal every single tournament, so I'm happy that I'm here. I will say my last few stage 3 attempts have been kind of disappointing, so right now my number 1 goal, I want to beat the cliffhanger because I should be able to, and I want my shot at the 2nd half of stage 3. But right now I need to just get by the 2nd obstacle, and then I'll be for the most part satisfied with this tournament. But the ultimate goal is to beat that cliffhanger.
10 of the bravest competitors on Spartan Sasuke are still standing, going into a redesigned 3rd stage. How will they fare? We're about to find out. First of 10 to go is Sunnyside Splash, who's the only competitor this tournament taking on the 3rd stage for their first time. He's had a very impressive run on just his 2nd appearance, and now he is 8 obstacles away from reaching the final stage. Sunnyside Splash begins the 3rd stage with the rolling dice. The rolling dice has been slightly modified since last tournament. The dismount has been placed further away, meaning that competitors must now get closer to the end of the track before they dismount from the obstacle. Right now, Sunnyside Splash controlling this dice very well. About halfway across the track, it's a slow obstacle. You want to take your time with this obstacle and make sure you can get each roll just right. And he's looking for the dismount, and he's gonna get it. And now for a new obstacle, the swing edge. He has to get onto the swing and then wrap around to the 2nd and 3rd swings. Sunny is nicely through the new obstacle, quickly through it, and onto the curtain clean kai. It's now the 3rd obstacle instead of the 5th, And now Sunny comes up short of the first corner jump. It is curtains for Sunny side splash on the third stage. But what an impressive job for him to get this far. But he just couldn't quite get it done on the first corner jump. And now 9 competitors left. Next up is Weapon Matt. It has been a long time since we've seen him here on the third stage. Last time was Tournament 12 where he got to the cliffhanger. Back then it was the crazy cliffhanger. Now it's the lunatic cliffhanger as Jumpy moonwalks off the starting platform. That was interesting. Right now Weapon Matt begins on the rolling dice and it stopped. Weapon Matt has stalled the dice as it barely even got started. Oh, this could be really bad for him. But he's able to get it going now. Okay, I was a little worried there, but Weapon Matt able to get the rolling dice moving now. He's moving it along down the track. About halfway through, Weapon Matt taking his time, keeping a consistent flow as the dice rolls down the track. Weapon Matt getting close to the end. He could probably think about dismounting, and he makes it. Now for the swing edge. How will he handle the new obstacle? He's going to go ahead and press the reset switch, hopefully not have any mishaps unlike the rolling dice. Alright, he's into the third one nicely. Weapon Matt into the curtain clean Kai. Weapon Matt, he's going to spring jump across the corner jumps. He's through the third one. 2 more left to go for Weapon Matt. 1 more now. Spring jumps each one successfully. And onto the lunatic cliffhanger. 6 ledges. He's never faced this version of the cliffhanger before. Spring jumps going into another corner jump. Gets the first 90-degree jump successfully. Looking into the second one. Looking for the jump. He springs it again into the 4th ledge nicely. Cannot underestimate this jump into the 5th ledge. He's got it. And now 1 jump away. Gotta get this big jump. Weapon Matt goes for it. No, but he comes up short. Weapon Matt, he came up short of the dismount. He pulled a Smokey from Tournament 19. He gets a bad jump off the 6th ledge of the lunatic cliffhanger. Cut off his sprint, and it wasn't enough to make it to the other side. The lunatic cliffhanger taking out Weapon Matt. And now we're on to the new stars, beginning with Vaze. Vaze had a very impressive run on the third stage last time he made it here, getting all the way to the final obstacle, the bar glider. It has changed into a different obstacle since then. We'll get more into it if he gets there. And that's a big if. These are some of the toughest obstacles on Spartan Sasuke, but right now, he's on the rolling dice. He's getting it going a lot better than Weapon Matt, doesn't stall it unlike him. Right now, Vaze taking his time here on the rolling dice. You cannot take it for granted. It'd be a shame if he fell here, but he's doing pretty well. He's nearing the end of the track. Vaze, it looks like he's going to roll it to the end of the track as he looks into the brand new swing edge. Gonna get that first swing nicely going into the second. Ooh, gets a low jump off the second one going into the third, but he's through the swing edge. And now for the curtain clean Kai. 2 obstacles earlier than it was in the last tournament. He beat it in the last tournament. He's also going to spring these jumps much like Weapon Matt. Ooh, does not get his spring going into the third one, but still able to wrap it around. Same goes for the 4th, and he's going to successfully spring for the last. Vaze onto the lunatic cliffhanger. We just saw Weapon Matt go out here. Can he avenge his fail? Taking his time going into the first ledge, into the second, looking for the 90-degree jump to the third ledge. Gets the safe jump successfully. Does not spring these jumps, but he doesn't need to. He's looking into the 5th ledge. Nicely into it. 1 more left to go for Vaze before he clears it again. Hopefully he can do it. Vaze, a beautiful jump off, and he goes straight into the next obstacle, and it's a new one. Cubic Chaos. And it's a pretty tough one. You have 10 cubes. Oh, almost comes up short of the third one. 10 cubes that varies in heights and distance. This next one's a perfect crouch. He's got it. He's got to make a big jump across to the 6th one. He's got it into the 7th cube. Must jump up to the 8th. Must look left to the 9th. And now a much different jump, a precision jump going into the final cube. And he's into the Iron Thrones. It's now one obstacle earlier on the stage. It's now the 6th obstacle, but it's the same as before. 5 thrones he has to wedge himself into. He's into the 2nd one. This is a very tough obstacle, but Vase gets into the 3rd one nicely. He's handling it very well. 2 more left to go. Come on, Vase. Gets it the 4th one. 1 more left. Come on, Vase. Looking to the 5th. Vase is 2 obstacles away from the final stage, and it's a combination of 2 old obstacles. It is the devil swing straight into the pipe slider. He has to swing this pendulum back and forth and get enough height to reach the head slide. This is a very tough transfer, but Vase is into the pipe slider successfully. He's going quickly down to the final jump. He's 1 jump away from the final stage. Can he do it? Vase. The music has stopped. He's looking to the jump. Vase, he goes for it. Vase, yes! Vase has cleared the 3rd stage, becoming the 10th different competitor to clear the 3rd stage of Spartan Sasuke.
Let's go!
Nice.
Let's go!
Let's go, Joey.
Nice.
Oh, that's kind of unfortunate because now I can't use my final stage against it anymore. It's kind of unfortunate.
What a phenomenal run from the new star. Clears the 3rd stage. It had nothing on him. Vase was able to complete all 8 obstacles successfully, defeating them one by one. He failed to transfer into the bar glider last tournament. It's a much tougher transfer this time into the pipe slider, but he was not phased at all. Vase was able to successfully get into that and beat the final jump, and now Vase, the victorious, is standing by for an interview.
This is by far the best moment in my Halo jumping career so far. Unless I get total victory, that's gonna... Yeah, but that's the first time I ever streamed on an Xbox party. I feel amazing. You know, that swing in the bar glider, I was really worried about when I got to there, the final jump too, but, you know, I ended up doing it, and I don't know, I'm just so happy right now. Hopefully, I can beat the final stage once we do that.
What a run, but we are just getting started with 7 competitors left to hopefully join Vase on the final stage. Next up is his fellow new star, Tricky Cyrus. Tricky Cyrus failed the final jump of the bar glider last tournament, and now he'll be looking to join his fellow new star on the final stage. But he's got a long way to go here on the 3rd stage, so let's see if he can get back there. Right now, Tricky on the rolling dice. The first obstacle is going pretty slow on this obstacle. He's doesn't have as smooth of a movement here on the dice. He's moving rather rapidly, as this could make the obstacle a little tougher, but he's not made any major mistakes yet. As he gets too close to the end, he slows down a bit, but oh no, it stopped, much like Weapon Mat. He jumps up, but oh, it twitches. Come on, Tricky. He's able to recover. That was a near disaster on the rolling dice, but able to recover. And now, 1 obstacle down. He's definitely gonna press that switch for the swing edge. He doesn't want anything bad to happen here. Into the swing edge, into the 2nd, 3rd swing, and Tricky through the new obstacle. And now for the curtain fling Kai. He's got 5 corner jumps to get through. Goes straight for the first one. And into the 2nd one. He's going quickly here on the curtain fling Kai. He's got 2 corner jumps left to go. 1 more now. Tricky once again through this obstacle. Now for the lunatic cliffhanger. He's never failed it before. Hopefully he can get through it again. Now Tricky, looking into the third ledge, gets the safe jump successfully. Now looking into the fourth ledge, he's got that one as well. 2 more left to go. Tricky, fifth ledge, got it. Now lining himself up, must make this big jump to the sixth ledge. Come on, Tricky, he goes for it. Tricky! Ooh, almost comes up short, but he's able to get through the lunatic cliffhanger. And now halfway through the third stage. Next up, another new obstacle. Ooh, almost slips off the first cube of the Cubic Chaos. But a good safe jump to start the obstacle. He's into the third cube. Gets a safe jump there. Ooh, taking a bit of time going into the fourth cube. Ooh, almost comes up short of his feet. Gets the perfect crouch into the fifth one. Now, big jump into the sixth cube. He's got it. Into the seventh. He's safe jumping each one. Doesn't necessarily have to, but ooh, almost slipped up there. He probably needed to safe jump that. But now 1 cube remaining for Tricky Cyrus. And he's through the Cubic Chaos. And now 3 obstacles away from the final stage. Next up is the Iron Thrones. 5 thrones into the second. He's got 3 more left to go. Tricky's got 2 more left to go now. He's into the third one. Looking into the fourth one. He's got it. 1 more left to go. Come on, Tricky. Goes for it, but no, he cannot make it! Tricky is out on the Iron Thrones. He cannot make it to the final throne, and he is out on the third stage. Tricky had a beautiful safe jump here on the Cubic Chaos, but it all falls apart on the very next obstacle, as he does not get a good jump going into the 5th throne, and he's not able to wedge himself in. The Iron Thrones takes out his first competitor since Tournament 19. And now, we're on to our next new star. Next up, we have Sonic Fan 10193, making his third appearance on the third stage, doing a bit of celebratory teabagging there with his Needler on the start line, as he gets ready for another run. He got to the Curtain Clean Kai in the last tournament, but now it's 2 obstacles earlier, so if he wants to get back to the lunatic cliffhanger, he must get through the obstacle he failed in the last tournament. Sonic Fan, there is no Planet Bridge this tournament, so you cannot have any "no, I overshot it" moments. But now Sonic Fan on the rolling dice, an obstacle he's very familiar with. Ooh, slows down a bit here on this next roll, but he's able to get it rolling once again. Sonic nearing the end of the track. And he dismounts early. Now for the swing edge, going straight into it. Looking into the third swing, but no, does not get a jump off the third swing, and he cannot even get to the Curtain Clean Kai. He's out on just the second obstacle, the swing edge. He gets a horrible jump off the second one, but he made it to the third one. He could have pressed jump, but I think if he had pressed the jump button there, he possibly still could have made it, but it would have been close. That was unfortunate. But now, on his first appearance on the third stage since Tournament 17, we have Hunter Unit 751, one of the biggest third stage runs coming into this tournament. Hunter has had a bit of bad luck on the third stage in his previous 2 attempts at it. He'd love to have some success and hopefully get to the cliffhanger, maybe even beat it. Now, Hunter Unit 751, the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo, looks to begin his 4th attempt at the third stage. Here he goes into the rolling dice. It's been quite a few years, and he's going to wrangle here on the rolling dice. And he's continuing his wrangle, but look what he's doing. He's doing controlled wrangles. He's not just blindly wrangling for the sake of wrangling. He's doing it at very specific times when the dice would move to the next cycle. And he's keeping it under control very successfully. It's risky, but he's doing it nicely. It is paid off. He's through the rolling dice. And now onto the swing edge. We just saw Sonic Fando out here. Hopefully he can get through it. This is a tough obstacle. Hunter into the third one nicely. But now for the curtain clink high. This is the obstacle he was the most worried about. If he can get through this, it'll be the farthest Hunter has ever gotten since Tournament 4. He's looking at it. He wants to get through it. He's got 5 corner jumps here on the curtain clink high. He gets the first one nicely. Gets a safe jump. He's got 4 more left to go here. Hunter through the second corner jump. The third gets another safe jump. 2 more left before he gets through the curtain clink high. And now the last one. Hunter taking a bit of time. And Hunter is through the curtain clink high.
Hey, it took 17 tournaments to get back here.
Oh my god.
And now more corner jumps. Woo!
Yes, more corner jumps indeed. And he's approached them now. The Lunatic Cliffhanger looking into the first of 2 90-degree jumps. Taking a bit of time here. Going into the third ledge. He's got it.
Nice.
I know the thickness of the ledges.
Alright, he's looking into the fourth ledge now. Goes for it. Gets a safe jump, but no! Hunter slips off! Hunter is defeated by the Lunatic Cliffhanger. I thought he had that fourth ledge, but he gets the safe jump successfully, but he just slipped off. He probably needed to take another safe jump to ensure that he could land on this ledge, but he just could not stick the fourth ledge of the Lunatic Cliffhanger. Hunter, it was a good run, but it comes crashing down.
Yes, sir.
Come on. No!
Oh my goodness.
I don't know the thickness. They weren't thick enough.
I thought you were perfect.
I was ready to go for the next one. I thought
you were perfect.
I'm thinking he doesn't know the thickness that well.
He does not have
totally
the
certain.
thickness.
Ate a bit of his own words on the Lunatic Cliffhanger, and now he's here to cheer on our next competitor and fellow all-star Fireball ZXZ. Fireball is looking to clear the third stage. He's failed the 5th obstacle in tournament 16 through 18. Last tournament failed the Lunatic Cliffhanger. Now Fireball looking to take on stage 3 for his 9th time. Here goes Fireball onto the rolling dice. Fireball getting going here on this first of 8 obstacles as he's rolling down the track. He's continuing to roll. He's rolling as he nears halfway down the track. Fireball doing well here on the rolling dice. He was able to beat it last tournament. Looking to clear it again. Fireball goes for an early dismount and he makes it. And on to the new swing edge. Fireball goes for the second and the third. Fireball onto the drop. Not that. The curtain clink high, sorry. I was about to say a completely different obstacle that doesn't exist. Anyways, Fireball on the curtain clink high. This is where he failed in tournament 18, but he gets his revenge on that obstacle. But now another obstacle he must get his revenge on, the Lunatic Cliffhanger. He's able to get past the first ledge unlike tournament 20, but you know he wants to get through the rest of this obstacle and see the second half of the third stage again. Fireball is 2 ledges away from beating this obstacle. Now only 1. Fireball goes for the jump, and Fireball makes it through. Now he is halfway through the third stage. It has been a very long time since he's beaten the 5th obstacle of the third stage. Fireball is gonna have to wait longer for that 5th obstacle clear to come as he goes out on the third of 10 cubes on Cubic Chaos. He did not get a good jump going into the third cube. He did not have the height he needed. He jumped a little early and he comes up short.
No, I can't.
No,
you can't beat this.
Yo, why? Anytime somebody says something about me beating an obstacle, I feel it right after.
The Cubic Chaos takes out its first victim in Fireball. But now we have Jumpy getting ready to take on the third stage. Jumpy failed the lunatic cliffhanger many times before.
What do we do, Jumpy? What do we do?
You roll hard.
All day, all night.
As Swantron and Blazia, again in a different color scheme. Why can't he just stick to one? Jumpy's gonna knock him off before he gets ready to run. Jumpy now prepares to take on the third stage for his 6th time on Spartan Sasuke. Fireball, ooh, it stops the rolling dice, but quickly able to get it back rolling again. Was able to avoid a catastrophe, but as he rolls down the rolling dice, Jumpy, as I said before, has failed the lunatic cliffhanger in 4 out of his 5 previous attempts on the third stage. Jumpy is getting close to the end of the rolling dice. Looks like he's gonna roll it to the end of the track, and he's going to make the dismount into the swing edge. This replaced the Sidewinder from tournaments past. The Sidewinder has done quite a bit of damage and it's taken out one competitor, but not Jumpy. Jumpy into the Curtain Clean Kai. He was a little worried about this obstacle, but I don't think he's as worried about it as he is the next obstacle, but he's got to get there first. He's got 2 corner jumps left to go. Jumpy looking to beat the Curtain Clean Kai again, and he's through it. And now for the lunatic cliffhanger. This obstacle has his number, but he's got to do what he can to get through it. Spring jumps the 3rd ledge. Looking into the 4th ledge. Goes for the jump. Springs it. And now for the 5th ledge. He's failed his jump twice before, but not Jumpy. He's 1 ledge left. This is where he failed last tournament. Come on, Jumpy. You can do it. Jumpy taking his time before the 6th ledge. He goes for it. Jumpy, no! It wasn't good enough! Jumpy, once again, out on the lunatic cliffhanger. What is it with them and this obstacle? I will never understand. Jumpy, he didn't even get to the 6th ledge. At least last tournament he was able to get a safe jump off it, but he comes up completely short of it this time. What a shame to see him go out again. Jumpy, once again, out on the 6th ledge of the lunatic cliffhanger. And we're down to 2 competitors left. Next up, the new star Petrillo Fam 4. He beat this stage in the last tournament and now looking to make it 2 in a row here on the 3rd stage. Petrillo Fam 4. He's got a long way to go before he can join his fellow new star on the final stage. Petrillo is shooting the rolling dice. It's speeding up the obstacle quite a bit. Hopefully this does not come back to bite him. He's already halfway across the rolling dice. This is probably the fastest we've seen anyone do this obstacle. Right now, Petrillo Fam is slowing down the obstacle as he nears the end of the track. And he's through the first obstacle. He is a man on a mission to get total victory. But right now, he must face a new obstacle, the swing edge, as he completes the 2nd obstacle. 6 to go. Next up, the Curtain Clean Kai. This is where he failed back in Tournament 19. And he's hoping to get through it just like he did last tournament. Petrillo through the 3rd corner jump. 2 more left to go for Petrillo. 1 more left to go. His armor kind of matches the color of the Curtain Clean Kai. But now Petrillo through the Curtain Clean Kai and onto the lunatic cliffhanger. 6 ledges. Gets into the 3rd ledge successfully. Looking into the 4th ledge. Petrillo's got it. 2 more left to go. Into the 5th ledge. 1 more left to go. This is where Jumpy just failed. Come on, Petrillo. You know you can get through it. And once again, he is going to get through it. And he's going to jump into the Cubic Chaos right away. He does not want to waste any time here. but it almost tossed him on the third cube. Another masterful safe jump into the fourth cube, a lot cleaner. Gets a perfect crouch into the fifth cube, into the sixth one nicely. 4 more left to go for Petrillo before he completes the obstacle. Now must make it to the ninth cube. 1 more left to go. He's going quickly through this obstacle. And now for the iron thrones where Tricky failed earlier. He's got to get through 5 thrones. He's still trying to stick to first throne, but now he jumps to the second throne. He's got it. 3 more left before he moves on to the last 2 obstacles. 2 more left. Come on, Petrillo. He's trying to stick the third one. Into the 4th throne. He's got it. 1 more left to go for Petrillo. Petrillo, he's got it. He's stuck the 5th throne, and now for the monstrous combo of the Devil Swing plus the Pipe Slider. He's going into the swing. He punches it back and forth. Can he join Vase on the final stage? He's looking to get a big swing. Going into the Pipe Slider. He's into it. But no, he slips off! Petrillo is out on the Pipe Slider! And taking many flips down to his fiery death. Petrillo will not be joining Vase on the final stage. He got into the Pipe Slider, but halfway through it, he slips off to the left. His aim just was not good enough. He was aiming to the left, and he failed to slow down and correct himself. He just wanted to go Speedy Gonzalez through this Pipe Slider, much like Vase, and it ended up costing Petrillo dearly. Oh, this is a heartbreaker to watch as he falls on the Pipe Slider.
No!
What?
Petrillo, you know he wanted to get back to the final, but that's gonna have to wait another tournament. And now we only have 1 competitor left that can join Vase on the 3rd stage. And it's Smoky Massacre, who's getting held back by some Sentinel Beams if he can even get up to the start line. And to wish him good luck, we have Chumpy, Snoz, and Deej, all wishing that Smoky can get back to the final stage for his first time since Tournament 13. Smoky's had some bad luck here on the 3rd stage, but let's see if he can turn it around and get back to the final stage. Gets a shooting start off for the rolling dice. He's also using his pistol to shoot the dice, much like Petrillo, but unlike him, he's using the pistol to slow down the dice as opposed to speed it up. Hopefully this does not cost him. Shooting it is always a risky strategy when it comes to these rolling obstacles. These things do not like getting shot at, but Smoky is halfway down the track. He's continuing his shooting technique that he has used before. Smoky Massacre on the rolling dice. He's getting closer and closer to the end of the track. Smoky. Hopefully he can join Vase on the final stage and potentially make it a battle of new stars versus all stars. But now he's on to the swing edge. Smoky through the 2nd and the 3rd. He's gotten farther than he did last tournament. But now for the Curtain Clean Kai, an obstacle he's never faced before, as it was further on the stage in the previous 3 tournaments. Right now, Smoky Massacre is handling the Curtain Clean Kai very nicely as he goes for the last corner jump. But now for the Lunatic Cliffhanger. A cliffhanger he has never defeated before. He looks into the 3rd ledge, the 93 jump. He almost slipped off the 2nd ledge, but he gets into the 3rd one nicely. Smoky going for the 4th ledge. He's got it. 2 more ledges left to go for Smoky Massacre. He's gotten into the 5th one. 1 more left to go before he's gotten farther than he did since his previous total victory. And he has Smoky Massacre through the Lunatic Cliffhanger as he's halfway through the 3rd stage. onto Cubit Chaos. We saw his fellow All-Star Fireball go out here. Hopefully he can get through it. He is a little worried about this obstacle, mainly to jump to the 5th cube. He's pausing a little going into the second cube. But now for the cube that Fireball failed, he's into it. Smokey into the 4th cube. Ooh, looks like he's gonna try to spring it. Smokey, no, he doesn't get the spring, and Smokey is out on Cubit Chaos. The celebrations are cut short. On the 5th obstacle to Cubit Chaos, he tried to go for the spring jump on the jump that only requires a perfect crouch. But if he would have gotten the spring jump, it would have gotten him a lot more height for the jump, which could have made this obstacle easier, but it has ended up costing Smokey dearly on the 3rd stage as he once again goes out on the 3rd stage.
Nope.
And with that, no one will be joining Vase on the final stage. He stands alone as he approaches the Supreme Tower. It is time for the final battle of Spartan Sasuke 21. It is Vase versus the final stage. Will Vase emerge victorious as a champion? Only time will tell. It's time for the final battle. The final stage of Spartan Sasuke. The last hurdle standing in between the competitor and total victory. Vase stands alone at the Supreme Tower as he must face his toughest challenge yet. The final stage. It has only been conquered 3 times by Ump Double Ump in Tournament 4 and Smokey Massacre in Tournaments 8 and 13. If Vase wishes to sit on the throne, he must face the 3 toughest obstacles this course has to offer. Beginning with the cubicle climb, he must climb back and forth up 6 cubes. Next is the undefeated Salmon ladder, consisting of 13 bars with each jump smaller than the Stage 2 Salmon ladder, emphasizing speed. Lastly is the unattempted Giant Tunnel, featuring 16 cliffhanger-style ledges he must climb in a counterclockwise motion. Should Vase make it through all this and hit the fusion coil in under 35 seconds, he will achieve total victory. Vase now stands at the crossroads of history. Can he write himself into jumping immortality? Let's hear from him now.
I don't know what to feel right now. I'm really excited, although I'm still focused, want to beat the stage, but it's a really tough tower. You know, Jumpy, Flame, they've given me some advice here. They both inspired me to get here, and hopefully I can reach the top of the tower and become a grand champion.
The final stage. Only one competitor stands at the Supreme Tower. What a tournament it has been. 99 have fallen, but now only Vase remains to take on the final stage and potentially become a grand champion. And here we go. On just his 3rd appearance. It is one of the shortest that anyone has gotten here. But now he approaches the tower for his biggest battle yet. The final stage of Spartan Sasuke, one of the toughest finals on any jumping course. He must face the 3 hardest obstacles this course has to offer. There is the fusion coil that could potentially crown him a champion if he can get there within the time limit. Vase, you know he's going to be feeling the nerves, but he says he's excited. So let's see if he can become a champion in Tournament 21. Vase, 35 seconds on the clock. Can he do it? He's off! Vaze is on the final stage. He's on the cubicle climb as he's nearing the top of the first obstacle. He's slowing down a little, going into the salmon ladder, but he's going now. He's starting to pick up the pace. He's halfway up the salmon ladder. He's gotten farther than Petrillo. He's nearing the top of the salmon ladder. He's there. He's on the giant tunnel. He's the first to attempt it, but he's starting to run low on time. Can he make it? Less than 10 seconds as he's halfway up the giant tunnel. Vaze is climbing the tunnel. Vaze is climbing the tunnel. Last cycle. Can he make it? Vaze! No, he can't. He's come up short. Vaze will not be a grand champion. Misses total victory by 0.78 seconds. He came so close to becoming immortal, but he comes up short. He just wasn't quick enough. But what a valiant effort to get this close on his first attempt at the tower. His slowest moments on the final stage was his transition in between obstacles. The salmon ladder is a tough transition, but this giant tunnel, he probably could have gotten into it much quicker. And on the jumps themselves, he possibly could have been going a little faster too. But Vaze, he came so close, but total victory has been denied for this young kid.
Oh! No! You missed it, I think.
Did I do it?
Yeah, I was timing it. I think
timed
he came up
out.
short.
And with that, it is game over in Tournament 21.
I am actually really surprised how far I got, and I mean, I went pretty fast up that. Not as fast as I could have, but I'm surprised I didn't actually get it. But you know what, Jumpy, I'm sorry, can't take you on that dinner date. Maybe next tournament. But no, for my first ever attempt at this final, that was one hell of a run for me. I am still very happy with my run, and maybe next tournament I can achieve total victory.
Yeah, me and Joey got that cheat state next tournament. Yeah.
And that will conclude Tournament 21. 100 Spartans came in with hopes and dreams of becoming the next grand champion. Unfortunately, all 100 were defeated, but we came very close to seeing a total victory. This tournament had lots of success. Stage 1 saw a Sweet 16 reach the finish line, including Swantron 97, who hadn't cleared in nearly 4 years. For the first time ever, we had double-digit clears on Stage 2, including Weapon Mat and Hunter Unit 751, who broke their second stage curses. Of the 10 that got to the third stage, only Vaze could reach the final stage tower, where he missed total victory by 0.78 seconds. But if there's anything to take away, this proves that our competitors are hungry to win it all, and I have a feeling that we could soon be in for something special. And as we get closer to the next generation on Halo Infinite later down the road, our competitors are ready to give it everything they've got in the next tournament and hopefully take the next step towards total victory prior to the new game. But in the meantime, I'm RPG445, and I'll see you this summer for Tournament 22. Farewell, everyone.